CBMarshonLattimore.com. Freshly prepared, home-delivered, restaurant-quality gourmet meals delivered straight to your home. Choose from over 50-plus gourmet meal options cooked by world-class chefs and delivered frozen, ready to eat within minutes and no commitment. Welcome to the one-shop gourmet food delivery, specializing affordable options to eat right and feel great. 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Every ingredient is handpicked to the highest standard. And why you should buy from homebistro.com? Restaurant quality, made with natural ingredients, delivered right to your door. Overnight shopping is available. Diabetic, paleo, heart health, and vegetarian options to eat. Doing business since 1999. Courteous, knowledgeable, and professional support. Complete PCI compliant SSL security ordering, and great meals. Choose from some of my favorite dishes: the Mediterranean chicken with orange honey sauce, the charbroiled chicken romesco, or the grilled chicken breast with sweet and spicy vegetables. No matter what you choose, you can't lose with homebistro.com. Eat great, feel good, and save some money with homebistro.com. Hit the link in the description section below for more information.
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. Number one sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons, we won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies in the vets, players you should look at. It's the sports coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game, party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, who that nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is say Super Bowl. Yeah.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
A Cleveland police spokesperson says Lattimore was arrested after authorities stopped the car he was riding in for traffic violations. Police say Lattimore had a loaded handgun that had been reported stolen in a Cleveland suburb. Lattimore is suspected of receiving stolen property and failing to inform an officer he was carrying a concealed weapon. Lattimore's representative Marcus Sidoti sent out this statement, and I quote, "Mr. Lattimore, a proud Cleveland native with no prior criminal record or history, is fully cooperating with law enforcement's investigation of this matter." The statement went on to say he was a passenger in a vehicle that was stopped by police and was arrested without incident and was not formally charged. We believe this was a misunderstanding and that this will become even clearer as new information becomes available and is shared with the authorities, end quote. Lattimore is entering his 5th season with the Saints. The Black and Gold drafted him 11th overall in the 2017 NFL Draft. And of course, he is looking for a big-time contract this offseason. In Gentilly, Sharif.
That's a report right there, family. Who that to the Black and Gold family in the live stream. Much love to you and yours. Thank you for being in another Friday episode of The Coma. Much love to the family members, man. As Lattimore, man. That's the report. Big ups to the Great Saint Think Tank and the Sports Coma for joining us for this episode of the show. And like we always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. You're now rocking with the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys, where we have intense, entertaining, educating, and enlightening sport talk from your favorite sports family. I'm Big Q chiming in on this version. TSC, Lattimore arrested in Cleveland, attorney calls it incident misunderstanding. And big ups to the Great Saint Think Tank. Much love to the Great Saint Think Tank, which I was coming at you with a bit of more positive news. But that is the report from the news agencies covering Laddie Daddy's transgression, I guess, or mistake, or whatever you want to call it. So before we get into that, we're going to cover that today. We're going to cover a few more news, notes, and items. And then ultimately, we're going to open up the live line tonight for chats and concerns and stuff like that of that sort with the Great Saint Think Tank. So I appreciate you guys for being here. Much love to the family members. as we get going. Roll call. Anthony, who that to you? Jerry Paul Jr., who that to you? Pelicans Nola, who that to you? True Louisiana, who that to you? Let's see who else we got. What's up, Cheryl? Who that to you? Cheryl, much love to Cheryl. Who that to you? Appreciate you being here as well. Much love. All right. Who else we got? Brandon Cormier, who that to you? Odin Force, who that to you? Good to see you in the chat as well, fam. Much love. Okula, what's up, Okula? Who that to you? Ferg 318, who that to you? What's up, Neville? Who that to you, fam? Good to see you. Inevitable, who that to you? Brian Pearson, who that to you? Joe Gidry, what's up, Joe? Who that to you, fam? All right, JT, what's up, brother? JT, who that to you as well? Much love to the family in the building, brother JT, and much love to you, fam. Appreciate you. Brother Dedrick in the building. What's up, Dedrick? Who that to you as well, fam? Good to see you in the chat. Gabriel Thomas, who that to you? Michael Sachs Jr., who that to you? What's up, Ramsey? Ramsey, who that to you? Aloha to you too, my fam. Appreciate you chiming me all the way from Hawaii. All right. All right. Paradise. All right, Hawaii. What's up, Ramsey? Big ups to you. What's up, Marco? Who that to your family? Good to see you in the chat as well. Last Saint brother Tyrese, who that to you? What's up, Mocha? Who that to you, fam? Good to see you. Swag fan, who that to you as well? Gundam, brother Gundam in the buildings. Greetings to you too, my brother. Much love to you and yearns. I know, fam. Simply Tasha, what's up, Tasha? Big ups to you and my dog, Big Sean as well. All right, 985 Live in the building. What's up, 985 Live? Oh, Henry, who that to you, fam? Good to see you as well. What's up, Alex? How you doing, fam? Much love to you, fam. Good to see your brother Josh in the building as well. Big ups as well. All right, who else we got chiming in? Joe Thompson, who that to you? Joe Thomas is in the building. Who that to you? Clean Hands is in the building. Who that to you? Brother Donovan Grayson. What's up, brother D? Who that to you as well? What's up, Tyra, baby? Who that to my girl Tyra chilling out here? Much love to you, baby. What's up, Saul LaPaul? What's up, fam? Who that to you as well? DeWine Meat, what's up, fam? Big ups to you as well. Good to see you in the chat. Much love to you. King Creole the first, who that to you? And thank you for the super chat, King Creole. Much love to you and appreciate the super chat. Much love, fam. Thank you. All right, who else we got chiming in on this thing? Kendrick, what's up, Kendrick? Who that to you, fam? Charles Winston, who that to you? Dr. Key, who that to you? Bobby Walker, who that to you? Demi, what's up, Demi, baby? Who that to you? Good to see you in the chat too, Demi. Much love. Latrell, what's up, Latrell Pollard in the building as well. Much love, fam. Hayabusa 14, who that to you, fam? DLP 2600, what's up, DLP? Much love, fam. DeWine Mead in the building. What's up, DeWine? Much love, fam. Trey Joseph in the building. Who that to you? Who else we got there? Kevin McKnight. What's up, Kev? Who that to you? What's up, Leslie? Leslie Newsom in the building as well. Good to see you in the chat. Much love to the family members. John Thompson. What's up, John? Who that to you? Tro Blewett in the building. What's up, Tro? Sat Scott in the building. What's up, Sat Scott? Who that to you, fam? Much love to all the beautiful black and gold family members chilling in this thing. Kendrick Williams, who that to you? And thank you for the super chat, my fam. Appreciate you on that one. And that's all the family. Like I always say, family, there is no show without you guys. I always give a shout out to the Great Saint Think Tank before we start talking about anything, because it's all about the family. And that's how I hold it. So I hold all that stuff before I give shouts out to the family. So I salute the Great Saint Think Tank, and the best of the black and gold nation is well represented here in the Sports Coma. So if I didn't get your name, if I missed your name, give me a who that, and I give you a who that back, baby. We in the building. What's good with it? So with that being said, fam, listen, we got a bit of issue with Laddie Daddy. Big ups to my dog Scoob too. Scoob do it too. Much love to my dog Scoob as well. Derek L. And the rest of the family members. Big ups. Now, man, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm not particularly happy about this Laddie Daddy situation, man. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. Not really happy about it. But it is what it is, and they say it's a misunderstanding. I don't know what kind of misunderstanding you got. What kind of goddamn misunderstanding you got? What kind of crap is that? You know, I don't know what it's a big misunderstanding, and I got a gun in here, a legal gun up in my car. What? What kind of foolishness is going on here, man? Come on with it. We're going to go over that news note tonight. What's up, Original Hot Boy 504? Who that to you, fam? Good to see you as well. But like I said, man, you've got to be careful, man. If you're a person, you've got to be careful. And I'm not saying Laddie Daddy's guilty of anything. What's up, Lori? Who that to you, baby? Much love to Lori. Let me say, listen, you got to be careful, especially if you're a football player. You got your life together. A lot of these brothers and sisters come from impoverished backgrounds. And, you know, getting up out of the stuff and staying out the stuff. Getting up out of the stuff is one thing, but staying up out the stuff is a whole nother thing. And sometimes you got people that's about that foolishness that you got to watch out for. And far too often we see a lot of this go on with people that climbed up to lengths and got up into a certain situation. Now, there's a way you go back and you help people from your family, from your neighborhood. And I wish more people would do that because they're from the same impoverished areas. Lift up those neighborhoods where economic development centers are such and such. But when you have an issue like this is big, man. This is a hefty one, and I don't like it one bit. Jesse Jackson, who that to you? Good to see you in the chat, fam. So we're going to go over it here. DLP say Lattimore better start waking the heck up. Dude had a loaded gun. I know. What kind of misunderstanding was that? How do you misunderstand your ass into a loaded, stolen gun in your vehicle that's near you some kind of way? That is not, and see, when stuff like that happens, that's an attempt to tear those people down. You know, you got to watch out for that, you know, and I'll pay attention to a lot of stuff, fam. I ain't gonna lie to you. Watching, you know, the Laddie Daddy stuff, the Deshaun Watson stuff, where you got 16 charges now behind him. You know, a week ago, there was a settlement sent out to him. And then all of a sudden, there's 16 people lining up in a row. Man, that's orchestrated like a dog. I'm not saying it's guilty, but they sent him something to say, we want you to pay this. And then he said, I ain't paying you jack squat. Then the 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and most of them from the same person. Man, come on, man. Come on, man. Like, I don't know about COINTELPRO and all this foolishness man, come on, man. You know, come on. We too complicated. We too sophisticated for that, you know? But I ain't saying the man guilty nor innocent, but I pay attention to trends, and I'm telling you off top, something ain't smell good about that. But with this one here, Lattimore can control everything going on. There's no way, shape, form, and fashion your ass supposed to be anywhere near some type of situation like that. Like I said, man, it's awful, man. It's awful, but this is some of these young guys. I keep saying the same thing, fam. A lot of these young fellas, they 25, 23, 24, 22, 21, in their 20s. And you give a guy like that millions of dollars and they don't have the correct training, man, listen here, look at here, look at here. There's going to be some problems. So we got some problems, hopefully. We see some stuff going on, but it's the stupidity of some of the young, not all of us. We have some real smart, we have some real intelligent young people, man. We really do. We got a lot, we got a lot of intelligent young people, but my goodness, we do make mistakes, man, and we are human, man, but my goodness, you know, that's really something terrible, man. Somebody trying to sink them. Because if you a partner, you know your partner in NFL, you ain't going to put that on them like that unless you're trying to tear him down. You're trying to destroy the man, you know, and shame, he shouldn't have a clown and a buffoon and a nincompoop like that around in the first place. But a lot of them people be jealous of them guys and they won't take them down. They're jealous of what they had and they only see the end result of hard work. They don't want to get up off their ass and do something positive. So they rather pay the world of the demon and pull brothers and sisters down. So we got to watch out for these demon dogs out here playing games and all this kind of stuff. But I don't know what kind of goddamn misunderstanding you got with a loaded stolen pistol up in your, in your vicinity. That's absolutely ridiculous, man. Big ups to the rest of the family members in this thing, man. I just don't understand, man. Please hit up on the like button, family, as we get rolling in this edition of the show. Now I'm gonna cover some news, notes, and items. And then, of course, this one is supposed to be free for all Friday, in which we open up the lines of communication and we get your thoughts on this past weeks of news dealing with the black and gold. So, I mean, man, listen, this just popped up out of the blue, and this is the type of stuff you just hate to look at, man. So with that being said, man, we're going to get on up in here. Yeah, Tyra, baby. I had to hit them with the demon dogs. That come from way back in the day. That's from Conan the Barbarian, the cartoon. Back in the early 80s. When he used to get mad, he'd say demon dogs. I can't take credit for that one. That's one that came from deep in the crevices of my memory, remembering Conan the Barbarian, the cartoon, demon dogs. But that's what they are. They're a pack of demon dogs. But anyway, let's get into it. Y'all hit the like button. If y'all hit the subscribe button, if y'all not subscribers, hit that subscribe button as we get going in this one. And I'll give a shout out to Natasha Owens. Natasha, big ups to Natasha Owens. Much love to you, baby. Appreciate you. She's the latest to join the Great Saint Think Tank. So we sending love and appreciation to Natasha Owens. Much love to your family for popping in. And thanks to Super Chat family as well, and the Cash App family for all y'all really wonderful contributions. I really appreciate you guys, and thank you. So with that being said, fam, we're going to share the screen and we're going to jump right into it. Laddie Daddy, man. Laddie Daddy cooperating with police attorney calls arrest a misunderstanding. If you don't call that the underquote of the day, a misunderstanding? How do you have a misunderstanding with a loaded stolen pistol in there? You know, what the hell is going on here? You know, what is going on? But let's get into it, man. Let's see what old Laddie Daddy talking about. Now, the situation surrounding New Orleans. Now, y'all heard me start the broadcast off today with the report from WDSU, Channel 6 here in the area, who really kind of covered a lot of that. So we'll cover it here in this article. Situation surrounding New Orleans Saints cornerback Marshon Lattimore arrest in Cleveland late Thursday evening continues to develop. Lattimore's attorney, Mr. Marcus Sadoti, issued a statement to Cleveland.com's Adam Faris saying, and let's see, quote, Marshon Lattimore, proud Cleveland native with no prior criminal record or history, is fully cooperating with law enforcement's investigation of this matter. He was a passenger in a vehicle that was stopped by the police and was arrested without incident and was not formally charged. We believe that this was a misunderstanding and that this will become even clearer as new information becomes available and is shared with authorities. Yeah, and see, the thing is, and the questions, and this just, you got to chalk this up too, to the fact of being young and foolish, you know, and listen, I've been there. But when you are a person that get it, and listen, I'm not trying to frown down on his partners, but Lattimore's a celebrity. And when you reach up there and you become a celebrity, there's certain things that you got to do to protect yourself. Because listen, let me tell you something. When you get up to celebrity status, you're going to gain some people that's not going to like you, and they're going to try to make it, you know, a point to go after you. Thank you, Brother Donovan, for your super chat. He says, after the trades this morning, there will definitely be a run on QBs early in this year's draft. Yes, sir. I seen that. Thank you for your super chat, Brother Donovan. Thank you for that. And that is awesome. And listen, that is a major part of this whole situation, is that you got to ask the questions, Laddie Daddy. When you pop up there, Laddie Daddy, you got to ask them questions, brother. You're like, man, listen, do you got anything up in here? Or better yet, if you know, you should know whether or not your partners is them type of people anyway. You know, if they riding like that, man, they riding dirty like old boy said back in the day. That's riding dirty like UGK or somebody. You know what I'm saying? Rush Hour, thank you for the super chat. He says Lattimore did that. It may give, he says Lattimore did that. It may give could Roger Goodell more reason to screw the Saints. I get what you're saying, Rush Hour. Appreciate your super chat. Thank you, Brother Donovan, and the rest of the family members. Thank y'all for y'all super chats. I really appreciate it. Much love to you guys. Thank you. And Lattimore is accused of not telling the police officers. Now, this is the thing. You say he riding with the guy. Okay, what's the issue? This is the issue. Lattimore is accused of not telling police officers on the scene that he had a gun, with additional issues arising once the gun was found by police to be stolen. His cooperation with the police should help clear things up. So check back for updates. Now, what it's saying is he could be telling them, I had no idea that was in there. You can't put this on me. I didn't know nothing about it. But if he had a rotten partner or two in there, he could have said, you know what, that's for you. But see, I'm saying something smells of the whole situation, because let me tell you something, fam. He should be cleared already, and this should be a nine article right now, because if the partner driving the vehicle and the partner say, hey man, that's me there, it ain't got nothing to do with him, then that's on the partner, and Laddie Daddy's absolved. So it could be some funny style game going on with the dude that owned the vehicle saying that ain't my gun. You know, that's what kind of stuff I'm saying you got to watch out for. You can't be riding around with these dudes from the hood. They ain't the same area of space you are anymore, bro. Some of this stuff you can't go back to in the capacity that you originally do. If you're going to go back, you got to go back differently. You got to go back with protections. You got to go back with things in place. You see what I'm saying? You can't just be going back to the hood like it's 5 years ago and you're a starving artist. You can't go back there like you're a starving artist. People see you ain't the starving artist no more. You now are the chicken. You the person they trying to eat. So you done went up and got some kind of stuff, and a lot of the people gonna turn and look at you like they gonna feast on you. That's how predatory mentalities are. That's everywhere. So obviously to me, unless this gets cleared up really quick, the dude who running the car saying that ain't my pistol. And we seen this time and time again, man. So hopefully, and like they saying, it's a misunderstanding. The misunderstanding is they saying that ain't his gun. That's that guy, whoever he was riding with or whoever he had in that vehicle, that's their stuff. But they don't want to own up to it. That's why Lattimore in this mix. That show you that ain't your partners. That's why I say be careful and let this be a lesson to all the other people, out of the young people out there that's getting some celebrity or doing something positive with themselves and they going back to the hood. Learn from this, because a lot of them dudes that was your partners coming up, they're not your partners anymore. They greedy. Most of them jealous of you because they couldn't ascend, because they couldn't get their shit straight. I'm telling you, people are crazy nowadays and been crazy for a long time. But there's a lot of hatred and demonic energy in people, and they're not checking it spiritually. I mean, a lot of people ain't checking that. And really, whether you believe in the Most High or not, I'm telling you, there are forces out there that if you ain't protecting yourself again by using that energy, that divine energy, you're going to be at play of the reckless demons, demon dogs like these bastards are. So that's the report on Laddie Daddy. Let that be a lesson to our family members to learn about that, man, with Marshon Lattimore. I think he'll be absolved of this, but this is a lesson that all these guys that you roll with, bro, they're not your partners anymore. They are not. And it's proof that how they handle it. The dude that ran that damn cost you to say that was mine, but he ain't going to do it. He don't want to get thrown away. They're a bunch of chumps and cowards. I'm telling you, they can do the stuff, but do the problems. But when they come back to them, they don't want to reap the rewards of their disagreement. They don't want to do nothing. They ain't got nothing to do with me. But you's tough enough and man enough to do it, but you don't want to own up to it. See, that's a coward and a chump to me. But anyway, before I get on my little rant here, let me get away from this one. All right, now the next one on there, I'll get fired up in a minute. All right, 2021 Saints free agency rumor tracker. We're going to go over this one. This is coming from Canal Street Chronicles. Mr. Chris Donald dropped this one. It's just a brief synopsis, family, about what was going on with the Saints at this point so far. So it's practically go time for the Saints. Now, we had the show yesterday saying the Saints taking their sweet time or taking their time in free agency because, they don't have all the money that they need to go over to get stuff done. That's that, they still have to rework the deals of Lattimore and Ramczyk to free up even more money. That's a major part of it. And then, of course, you look at the fact that the Saints currently right now have several needs they have to really contend to. And if you look at this, they show you the cap space is listed at $1.4 million. And they have 53 players under contract right now, according to Sport Track. So the Saints are plus 1.4 right now. And they have 53. Now, they still, the big chunk of that to be opened up is the Saints have to be able to rework the contracts of Lattimore and Ramczyk so they could free up another $12+ million so you can see some work get done. But as you can see, some of the team needs, they say QB, they got that etched out, which I wouldn't agree with that. Wide receivers a need. And I don't know if he got these as positions. I don't understand why people are, devaluing Traquan Smith as much as they're devaluing him. That's something right now, people, we do this all the time, and I did it too until I had to check myself, is that we talk about Deontay Harris and Marquez Callaway, but Traquan Smith had his best year last year. And don't forget, he was a, third-round draft pick that Coach Payton had plans to be the complement wide receiver next to Michael Thomas. Now, he showed up last year, had his best year, and showed that he was ready to play. It took him a while, but he finally got there. Now that he's got there, you think Coach Payton going to say, no, I'm going to draft somebody else to put there? No, this is in his final year. I think Coach Payton wanted to see what Traquan could do. So I don't have the wide receiver need high as many others have it. They scratched out tight end. I still think they look at tight end later on. I think the bigger needs are in the secondary. I don't understand how people making team needs got quarterback number 1, wide receiver number 2, tight end number, and that's ridiculous.
The biggest need is secondary. You don't have a starting cornerback right now, unless you consider P.J. Williams as a starter, because he's penciled in as your starter right now, next to Laddie Daddy. So, I mean, cornerbacks is the biggest need, in my opinion, followed by edge rusher. It's a lot of uncertainty there. Cam is getting older. Davenport hasn't given you a full season. Carl Granderson is improving, but I still don't have, see if he can make that jump. But you still need a veteran edge rusher, and you can even address it in the draft. But really, the defensive end, you can never have too many pass rushers, man. That's a major focal point of the team. They're going to have to improve the defensive end, the edge rusher position after losing Trey Hendrickson. You're going to need somebody there. And I'm not really high on these edge rushers in this draft. I'm sorry. But they are in really good, cheaper veterans that's available in free agency right now that can really help you. Just Justin Houston. Who else they got? They got Carlos Dunlap. There's I like Kerry Hyde Jr., but he got picked up by Seattle. It's still DeMarcus Walker's there is another good one. There are all kind of people. Even if you like Jadeveon Clowney, he's available. He'll be a lot cheaper than what he was last year. So there are really good options for you at edge rusher from a veteran perspective that's still available in this facet of free agency. So I just don't agree with that lineup there. But anyway, re-signings and off-season tracker. JT Gray re-signed. Remember that? Dwayne Washington, of course, they're getting the special teams together. Drew Brees announced his retirement. Of course, we did sign Jameis Winston a day later. New players include fullback Alex Arma. We talked about him as being a very versatile piece to what the Saints are doing. An obvious and really super upgrade over old school Mike Burton. And, of course, the Saints added tight end Nick Vannett. They like this dude so much, they gave him a 3-year deal. Jameis only good enough for 1 year, but they gave this damn tight end 3 years. So I'm like, wow, man. And he got signed by the Saints right after Denver released him. They was on him just like that. Give him a 3-year deal. So it's something about this dude which is really interesting. Oh, yeah, I forgot. He's an Ohio State guy, by the way. This guy came from Ohio State. I just wanted to let y'all know that. It was like, what's going on there? Guess what? Nick Vannett from Ohio State. He played prepped at Ohio State. I mean, not prepped, but collegiately played at Ohio State. So another Ohio State guy that Coach Payton mysteriously found at the tight end position is this cat. 3-year contract for this man, and I've watched footage on him. I've seen he does catch the ball. He's not terribly athletic. He's huge, 6'6", and he's a hell of a blocker. And he does catch the ball and take some wicked hits that I've seen, but still hold on to the ball. Could this be a new John Tice, John Tice, Hobie Brenner type of dude? We'll see, man. We'll see. But Sean Payton liked him well enough to give him a 3-year contract. That's more than he gave anybody else. Rumors, Jameis Winston and Saints talking about new contract. Now, they had the rumors there, Trey Henderson and all that kind of stuff, but the Saints drew in interest from Richard Sherman, who's looking at Seattle, Minnesota. So he's kind of busy moving around. And, of course, we know about the trade of Malcolm Brown to the Jaguars, the franchise tag of Marcus Williams, who did sign it. And, of course, cornerback T.J. Carey is set to visit the Saints. I hope they do a little bit more than T.J. Carey. Come on, man. Malcolm Butler is off the list, so you still have A.J. Abuyaye, which I'm not really big on him. But he's still better than anything outside of Laddie Daddy and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson that we have, at the cornerback position. There's still Casey Hayward, who would fit perfectly with the Saints, and would he really smart, compliment cornerback, veteran, really good. Would love to get Casey Hayward here. He fits well, in my opinion. And there's Richard Sherman, who has the ties to Coach Richard as a secondary coach. So we'll see how all that shakes. And I think probably once the Saints kind of get this deal done, make it fine. Please make it get one of them done. Work on getting them extensions done so we can at least have a little bit more money to play with. And, of course, you look at the Saints free agents, you see Josh Hill signed away. Quan is out there. Rumors has it the Saints want to sign him on a cheap deal. That probably will come later on. Jack Rabbit went to the Titans. Y'all know how to go. Jared Cook, garbage ass, went back to the state of California. Malcolm Brown was traded to the Jags. Morstead was released. Nick Easton was released, and rumor has it the Texans want him. Sheldon Rankin's 2-year deal up to $17 million with the Jets. Craig Robinson and P.J. Williams was ultimately signed. Craig Robinson probably not going to be re-signed. The Saints look to upgrade the speed of the linebacker core and the secondary because they sucked last year. Punt returning and kick returning. They led the league. And punt return, kick return, they were top 3 and no touchdowns. That's ridiculous to have that many attempts with no touchdowns. That's sad. It was garbage last year. They really reverted to 3 years ago when they was a shit show on the kick return, punt return game. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. They were pathetic last year. They couldn't block to save their lives. You know, if they don't need to open up a little bit for Deontay Harris to break through and make something happen. But he got hurt on special teams because them sorry dogs wasn't blocking. So, I mean, it's good to see that they moving and making some leverage and trying to clean things up. Burton's out of here. He was special teams. Alex Armand in here. He played special teams a lot better. Dwayne Washington, special teams return. James Hurst resigned on a 3-year contract. Forgot about him. Ken Crawley is still in the way. Benny Fowler, I heard the Saints could bring him back for a cheap contract to give him a veteran wide receiver in the mix. He also kick returns, punt returns, so I'm hearing Fowler could be in play as well. Alex Anzalone's going to Detroit. Trey Henderson got that big, massive 4-year, $60 million deal with the Cincinnati team. Colwick and Van der Laan, they garbage. LaJordan Humphrey still is I'm hearing he's supposed to, the Saints like him a lot. I think he's restricted, so I think the Saints will bring him back. Cam Tom is already gone. Cam Tom was released, and I forgot who he signed with, but he's no longer on the team. And, of course, you look at some of these signings here, NFL-related news. The Saints were looking at some of these people, and they ultimately got signed. Chase Daniels got released, and you see all this stuff. Brett Perriman's son, Brashard Perriman, signed with the Lions. I was looking at Kyle Fuller when the Bears released him, but ultimately he signed with somebody like right away. And the Steelers giving Steve Nelson permission to seek a trade. The Saints need to ask what they want for Steve Nelson. He would be a really good pickup for us if we ain't giving away too much. And, of course, you see the draft picks right here. The Saints have as well. So with that being said, let's jump to the next news note and item. And we have the report here that Caesar gets Superdome naming rights. Now, this was of 24th right here. And this is what they're saying. It's like it's a done deal. And I was trying to look for reports that was basically saying, well, that's what it was. Oh, hold on. Let me see what's going on with this here, fam. Hold on. Let me X this thing out. All right. Stop seeing this. Get out of here. All right, so anyway, this is what's going on with this. Not long ago, NFL treated gambling like a used syringe, overflowing with liquefied bubonic plague. Now the NFL is shooting anything and everything gambling related straight into its arteries. And the reason why, and we talked about this some time ago, is why would the NFL the Saints looking at a naming rights deal with a casino? Because, you know, some time ago, NFL didn't want people to realize that they had connections to Vegas because it would give it a look that they playing games. How you set lines to the games, and the majority of the time, the game line meet within 7 to 3 points of what you set it at. What's going on here? If some manipulation at place and you set in lines so that you can win bets and all this kind of old stuff. They was trying to stay away from that. Paul Tagliabue, the old NFL commissioner before Goodell Rodnez, was one that was really evasive to connecting the NFL with Vegas, even though it was making money through the lines. Now that's all went away because we're in the last days of time. So they're not as cautious to play this game anymore. They're going for broke. They know that, you know, they're putting it all out front of you. So, I mean, it's on either one of the two things going to happen here. Either we going to get something out of this dynamic because they're making billions of dollars off of stuff that belong to us. This naming rights deal, and I'm going to show you why. And I'm the only one that talk like this because I'm trying to get a narrative going where everybody be astute enough to understand that these buildings are being paid for you whether you watch football or not. They ain't asking tax people, hey, you watch football? You like the football? Can we take some of your money and pay for the Superdome? Yeah, go ahead. They're not doing that. But if you there, they're taking all that, not only pay for the $200 million renovations to it, all that's coming from you. Not to mention, you got to pay the park. Now, listen, that's chump shit right there. And I'm going to tell you why. It's chump shit. And the reason why it's chump shit is because if I got to pay for these buildings, if we all have to pay for these buildings, the very least you can do is let us go in these games for free. The very least you can do is let us park for free. The very least you can do is give us merchandise because it was us that's responsible for you making not millions, but billions and trillions of dollars. You know, where else could you go where you can get people to pay for all of you, pay for your utilities, pay for everything, and you just make money and don't have to pay for very little of nothing? Come on. That's chump shit. If you pay for the building, you should be able to get something out of it. And let me tell you something. It's as simple as, okay, that building's not owned by those people. That's your building. So you mean to tell me I can come to your house and put my sign, Sports Coma, up all over your house and you don't get nothing for it? Think about that for a second. But I'm going to go into it. I'm just sharing that narrative. Nobody talks like that. But that's the reality we talk about. The latest example of unlikely marriage between pro football and gambling comes from the purchase of the Superdome naming rights by the casino Caesars. As first reported by Athletic.com, confirmed by Ben Fisher, Sports Business Journal, Caesars Entertainment has agreed in principle to buy those rights under a 20-year deal that pays nearly $11 million per year. Are you kidding me? You just heard what I just said? That's a 20-year agreement at $11 million a year. Now listen, I ain't a mathematician, but that puts me at well over $200 million in 20 years. Are you kidding me? And you won't see not one penny of that $200 million. You won't see not one penny of that money. $200 million over 20 years for putting a name on the building that don't even belong to them. See, this is what kind of stuff I try to get people under. You won't get one penny of that money. But you paying for not only pay for the renovation, but you paying for the water, the lights. So when they light it up and do all that shit, you paying the power bill on that. You paying for it. You don't get nothing from that, monetarily speaking. That's wrong. In a smart society where the people are on point with their knowledge, they should be getting checks because their money went to building that building. There's no way you should be getting nothing from that. That's all kind of ways wrong. And I'm just talking common sense stuff, man. If you ain't putting none of your stuff into it, then you ain't got a stake to say that. But it's not like it's a private enterprise. No, they're using public money for private purposes and then selling you on the thing that it belongs to you when it doesn't. I can't go in up in there and just put my goddamn feet up on there and say I'm going to watch the game for free. No, they got the people there. They'll say, man, Q, you can't get up in here. Where your ticket at? Man, I own this up in here. They'll laugh at you. But see, at the same, that's what I'm saying, man. It takes an informed public to understand what I'm saying here. You should be getting some of this bread. These people talking 20 years at $11 million a year. That's well over $200 million. $200 million that's going to them. And you want it for buildings that they don't own. I'm just trying to wake y'all up. Mercedes-Benz has naming rights to both Superdome and Fairly New Stadium in Atlanta. Declined to extend the deal in New Orleans. Mercedes-Benz is currently under contract until July of this year as a naming right partner. And senior VP of Communications Greg Bensel told The Athletic. And he's saying that we do not have anything official to report as there is not a deal signed yet with any company. But what I'm hearing is it's getting very close. We continue to have conversation with numerous interest companies, and Caesars already is the league's official casino partner. The NFL is currently searching for a sports book sponsor. A new name for the venue has not been finalized. Officials reportedly are leaning towards Caesars Superdome. It's $200 million over 20 years. That is ridiculous. Just for putting your name up on that building. $200 million. I'm just telling y'all. I'm just saying. Just saying, man. Anyway, let's move to the next one here, man. As we go over the depth chart, just want to show y'all the depth chart, the team currently. As we stand, now this is a depth chart from ESPN. Look where it has Jameis Winston at. I just wanted to show y'all that. It's showing Jameis as the starter and Taysom as the backup. I found that interesting. Let me share that with the family members. As this is from ESPN. It's showing Jameis as the starter, and it's showing Taysom as the backup. And of course, you see Alvin Kamara. Latavius Murray still a part of the team. Saints did not release him or trade Latavius Murray. Still a part of the team. Dwayne Washington, Ty Montgomery's here, as well as Tony Jones Jr. Wide receivers are Mike Thomas. Traquan Smith is a starter. Just to let people know, because we forget that from time to time, that Traquan Smith is a starting wide receiver in the NFL. Then it goes Deontay Harris. Then you also have guys like Jawan Johnson, Marquez Callaway, who's listed as third wide receiver here as well. This is not a bad bunch. And if Deontay Harris is the kick returner, Jawan Johnson, the big physical wide receiver, could play as a tight end. Of course, LaJordan Humphrey's there. And of course, Jake Lampman, especially the Saints to add perhaps a veteran to the mix as we move forward. Troutman is the tight end. Nick Vanette is the backup with Griffin and Ethan Wolf. And of course, you see the offensive line with Armstead, Pete, McCoy, Ruiz, Ramczyk, and Hurst is there, Derek Kelly. And of course, they have other people filled in. They just don't have Monia Grinerich and Big Kelvin Throckmorton, among other practice squad players. Defense, Cam Jordan, Malcolm Roach is penciled in next to David Onyemata when it should be Shy Tuttle there. But, whatever. But Davenport's there, Carl Granderson's there, and of course you see inexperienced people all over the place outside of Granderson. That's why I said you need some help back here. Maybe perhaps another veteran defensive interior lineman, definitely an edge rusher veteran, and some draft picks to fortify this. You look at the linebacker core, you see Demario Davis is there, and they got Zach Bowen there and Andrew Dowell. This is going to change as I think they'll ultimately get Quan Alexander back, as you can see. And of course, you look at the cornerback situation here with Ladder Daddy there. Then they got Chauncey Gardner-Johnson right here, which is not really the case. Chauncey's not going to be the starting cornerback opposite of Lattimore. They're going to hold him in the nickel position. So more than likely, you see a guy like P.J. Williams playing this position. So, I mean, you got to pencil P.J. and Chauncey at the nickel position. Of course, Jenkins and Williams. And, of course, the special teams, Lutz and Gilligan is there. And, of course, Callaway and it's listed as punt returner. Deontay Harris is right there. And Ty Montgomery's back there. He also punt return, kick return with Zach Wood as lone snapper. So just to show the family members, I thought that was pretty funny to see. They got ESPN, this is from their depth chart, has Jameis Winston penciled in as a freaking starter. So very interesting. All right, so in summary, we're going to go over these stories one more time. We covered Marshon Lattimore operate with the police turning calls a misunderstanding. Riding with somebody, got a dirty pistol in the car. Lattimore said it's not mine. Whoever it is, they're not owning up to it. So, of course, Lattimore said, man, listen, that ain't me. So we got to watch out. He got to be careful of that kind of stuff because that can end very badly. We also went over a brief breakdown of free agency and rumor tracker right there. We covered the news of Caesar's Superdome naming rights situation, which, like I said, man, truth be told, this is an investment and we supposed to be getting something back. You're not getting nothing back from this, and that's wrong. So you got a bunch of rich ass dogs here keeping all the money to themselves, and they ain't paying very little taxes. They don't pay for the utilities, and that's why I was telling y'all before when all that happened before, when it was Warren with Tom Benson before he passed away, was Warren with his children, and Gail, it was Gail and Tom Benson against his children, and they sued them. The last movement they made was to sue them to break open the books. Well, before that happened, they settled with the family, before it went, because they didn't want them to open up the books and see what kind of arrangement that the Saints had with the city and the state of Louisiana. They wanted to keep that secret from you, and there's nothing to keep secret. The secret is the fact that you pay for everything. You pay for everything, and they don't pay no rent on those buildings when they be in there. They don't pay no rent for the Pelicans. They don't pay no rent for the Saints. They pay very little taxes, if any, on those teams. They making max profit. And when you don't have to pay no taxes, you basically eating for free everywhere. Of course you're gonna be the richest goddamn person in the state. If you carrying all of it on your back, what you expect to happen? And that's how a lot of the people in the society work out. That's why the rich are rich, because they operate in a level above the heavy taxation that you deal with. This sucker shit here. And I've been saying that for a long time. I got love for the Saints, but I got a lot of things I don't like and a lot of things I do. This is the thing I don't like. If it's your money that built those buildings and maintain them, you should be getting a cut of that money, because you don't have your picks and chooses of whether or not you like football or not. No, whether you like it or not, you paying for it. So shouldn't you get something in return? I'm just saying. And of course, went over the depth chart right there. So with that being said, man, we're going to, and it is what it is, fam, when you deal with stuff like that. Kind of upsets me a bit, because I want a lot of people to simply be aware of how things work, and I get a little pissed off about that sometimes, because listen, they're going to quick to tell you, oh, you don't need no handout, or something like that, or you don't owe this, you wrong somebody, you pay them. I don't care what it is. If you wrong people, you pay them. You're going to come up out of it. Ain't no apology good enough. You can't apologize for slavery or apologize for doing the Jewish people wrong, apologize for doing the Asian people wrong during World War II when you interned them. You can't apologize what you did to Native American. And the people say, okay, that's good enough, but where that money at? Then they come up with that money. You got to make it right. Apologies ain't good enough. It's not. You got to come up out of that money. The same thing with us in the Black and Gold Nation. We pay for that, come up out of that damn money. That's all I'm saying. They stealing it anyway. But anyway, let's keep this thing moving along, man. I'm going to share the link in the chat before I get upset about that, man. That kind of upsets me a bit. But anyway, we're going to keep it moving, fam. I'm going to put a link in the chat for you guys to pop up in here. And you can, express yourself like I'm expressing my damn self on this platform. All right, I'd like to thank all the Super Chat family members too, man. Appreciate y'all dropping in and dropping your Super Chat and everything like that. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for the Super Chats and the Cash Apps as well. Much love to you guys. And we're dropping the link in the stream right now so the family members could get in there and be heard. So the link is in the chat right there, fam. So y'all can merely hit that link. You can pop in and we'll take some calls today to show. We get a lot of calls today. I'm gonna pin it in the chat right there. So if we get a lot of calls, I'm gonna impose like a 5-minute window so we can make sure we fit all the family members in. I want everybody to be heard. I don't want people just senselessly waiting by minutes upon minutes and minutes. I want the family members to be heard. So we got the link in the chat, family. So if y'all want to pop in, we would do that. So big ups to the family members. Appreciate y'all being here as well. Much love. Yes, we're going to be doing a Pelican post-game report later tonight too, family. Yeah, I'm watching the Pelicans on my second screen while I'm talking. But yes, big ups to the family members. All right, big ups to KKK 504 and 404 lady. Much love to you. Good to see you in the chat as well. Big ups, fam. Thank you for being here. Rose City, what's up, fam? Big ups to you as well. Yeah, I think, that'll be a good one. Jawan Johnson would be an excellent addition as a tight end, I think, bro, to be honest with you. We'll see how it all shakes, man. But at the end of the day, but it's interesting to say the least. So with that being said, fam, we're going to keep it going. So the link is in the chat, family. If y'all want to pop in, hit that link. You can be able to jump in and be able to speak on the show. So while y'all doing that, I'm going to go over a few of the family's commentaries on some stuff here. And we're going to keep it going. All right. Alex says, let's see. Alex says, hold on here. Just jumped on me. I'm sorry, Alex. I think I missed your comment, fam. He says, if by some miracle J.C. Horn and Travis Etienne fall to 28, who do you go after, Big Q? That's a great question, Alex. And man, listen, boy, that's man. Because I like J.C. Horn. I think he's going to be an absolute star at the next level. He got the size, the speed, the physicality, the understanding, the mental toughness. But ETN, my goodness. ETN it's like having another Kamara. So it's like, do I draft the cornerback that I need to pair with Laddie Daddy, or do I get another Alvin Kamara? Oh, man. And I would have to say, bro, I mean, even though logically speaking, that's J.C. Horn all the way. But listen to me, man. I would have to go with ETN. I would have to go with ETN simply because you don't get a opportunity every year to get another Kamara. Could you imagine having two Kamaras? I would go with ETN on that, man. I'm sorry, because I could see Coach Payton having all kind of fun with the playbook with ETN running. I mean, come on, man. That would be hell on all those defenses. He'd be giving them nightmares. Because Coach Payton have Kamara in the backfield, ETN lined up like a wide receiver, then switch him. Have them. I mean, could you imagine? There's two Kamaras out there. What could you do with two Kamaras? I was ETN, bro. And I'll just find me a cornerback in the second. I'm sorry, I'll find me another cornerback in the second round, man. Man, because there's only one ETN, man. I would take ETN. Thank you, Alex. That's what I'm saying. Matchup wise, it's two Kamaras. Man, ETN all the way. I'm sorry. I know people say, Q, we need a cornerback. I get one in the second round. Two Kamaras, they will have hell to pay. All right. What's up, Rush Hour? Who that to you, man? Big ups to you. Good to see you in the building. Rose says, do good regular season, then go to the playoffs. And yeah, that's a part of it. We got to fix that, man. We definitely got to fix that. Demi says, I will try my best not to get my hopes up. And who I feel we should draft, because of Peyton always draft players we never heard of. Sometimes players work out, but most times not. Thank you, Demi. Demi just showing that smart, intelligent Saints knowledge, watching those guys, I think a major problem too, Demi, is that the Saints they tend to reach. they tend to reach on players, and it's not good. You know, they tend to reach on guys, and that's the problem when you're reaching on guys. Most of the time, them guys ain't right, and then you trying to make a guy something that he ain't doing. Like the Saints reach, they say we'll draft this guy and then turn him into a cornerback and try to turn him into a safety. Why are you doing that when you just have to draft the safety? Why are you doing that? It's like, okay, I'm gonna draft this guard, then I'm gonna turn him into a center. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? And often not, that experiment doesn't work. You know, it does most of the time, it doesn't work. You know, so stop drafting guys thinking they can be something at the next level. That doesn't work for everybody. Just draft guys that know what the hell they're doing at the next level, so they don't have a long curve to come on the team and be productive. And that's the problem I think we've been having in recent years, is that we've been drafting guys in one position and trying to play them in another, and it don't work. And then you get frustrated with them and put them in the street. That's what happened with Kareem Moore. That's what happened with Natrell Jamerson. That's what happened with several other prospects. Okay, this guy's Taysom Hill. And the next thing you know, he Taysom Hill, then you turn him into a tight end, and then you put him in the streets. But you gave up several picks to get that guy. Several picks. So, I mean, that's irresponsible. Stop drafting guys for one position. Just draft the guy that plays his position. I mean, you know, you can't do that with everybody, you know. And we've been doing that a lot. All right, let me give another comment before we get it. Got Brother Jerry on the line. I see you, Brother Jerry and Brother John there. Give me a second. I'm going to get to y'all brothers next. They're on the line there. Rose City says, Big Q already know what it is. One hand greases the other. Yeah, I know. And see, and I get upset about that because, see, listen, you know, we as an organization, you know, as it's up to us. It's not up to them, because they're going to continue to be greedy. And then at the end of the day, they're just going to blame you anyway. If let's say, if at the top, you got people at the top that's running the stuff, and they running the politicians, they running everything, and they illegitimate and dirty, when it come down, they're just going to point the finger at you and say you wasn't doing what you're supposed to do. And they right. You've got to you can't let them just run shy over you like that. You've got to step up and say enough is enough. They going to do as much as you let them do it. You got to step up and say enough, man. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Everything built off your back. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough of this. Enough of this. Sooner or later, people got to get fed up. I've just showed you $200 million over the next 20 years. You ain't get not one penny of that money. But they still gonna collect taxes. They still gonna pay for the utilities in that building off your back. You won't see one penny of that ill-gotten money. And it's the Saints organization taking money from the casino, and we don't see no moral obligation there? Huh? I mean, come on, fam. Somebody got to be a saint, you know? No, somebody got to be a saint. It's sucker shit is what I'm saying. You know, I'm calling it out, and I'm telling y'all that needs to change. You're like, well, Q, well up, that's such. You pay for the buildings, man. Them people didn't buy them buildings. It's not privately owned entity. All that's public funded. And if it's public funded, the people's supposed to get something back. What are you getting back for that? That's the question. The politicians don't want to talk about that. They don't want to have that conversation because they're getting their palms greased by keeping you from getting yours. That's how it goes. But you can't, sooner or later, enough got to be enough. You got to get tired at some point of being a sucker and a chump. I'm just saying. Anyway, we're going to bring on Brother Jerry. We got Brother Jerry chiming in. We got John on the line too. I appreciate you, brothers, for chiming in. We're going to bring Brother Jerry to the show. Brother Jerry, how you doing, fam?
What's up, Big Q, on this Friday night, brother?
I'm doing good, Brother J. How you feeling, my brother? You all right?
Oh, yeah, I'm feeling great, man. I'm happy to be back to chop it up with you, talking Saints talk.
Yes, sir.
And hello to everybody out there. Man, I miss talking to y'all so much, even though I be on the chat a whole lot. But, oh, man, on the line and chop it up with y'all, too, because I love each and every one of y'all. Who that to everybody. I hope everybody out there is doing good. As we're almost getting close to the end of March. I hope everybody is doing good, man. Man, it feels so good to be back on the line to chop it up with y'all, man. Who that to y'all? I love y'all.
Much love to the OG in the building, Brother Jerry, with the great energy and passion as always, man. welcome to the show, my
Man.
friend, and glad to hear from you on this show, my friend.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Big Q. It feels so good to be back on the line with you, man. To talk some more Saints talk with you, along with the great Saints think tank.
That's right, baby. Great Saint Tank.
Yes, sir. Always in full effect. And like you always say, Big Q, I'm always welcome. I'm now rocking with the sports coma with Big Q and the guys, where we have intense, entertaining, educating, and enlightening sports talk from your favorite sports family, where we talk New Orleans Saints.
That's right, brother.
Man, I miss saying that. I've always wanted to say that.
Well, brother Jerry, sound good coming from you, brother. And like I said, you welcome to the show, bro. Well, let me ask you this, brother Jay. What do you think about what's going on with Laddie Daddy? How you feel about that, my brother? I know you're a positive brother, and you got a lot. You know, you got a good frame of thought. What do you think about the Lattimore situation, my friend?
Well, Big Q. I didn't hear about it until like earlier today. I know it happened Thursday night, but you know, I'm just thankful to God that it wasn't like a first degree or a second degree or a third degree murder on on Laddie Daddy, on Marshon Lattimore, because that it could have been a lot worse.
Yes, sir.
But but you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, Big Q. We all know, everybody knows that Marshon Lattimore is a great cornerback out there, especially with the New Orleans Saints. We get that. But see, this the thing right here, Big Q.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why we're in the off season, Who Dat Nation. This is why the off season is so important, because you always want to see good things come out during the off season before the new season creep back up. But I mean, try to do something to stay out of trouble. That way, when you come into the brand new football season, you'll come in refreshed, relaxed, and ready to go.
Right.
Ready, you're excited about the new season coming up.
Right.
But you can't be doing dumb shit out there like getting charged for or assault or battery or that kind of stuff like that. I understand. We all make mistakes. Everybody's not perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. Even Laddie Daddy's not perfect, Big Q. But you know what I'm saying. Just do something that make you feel good. I don't care if you write your own book. I don't care if you make your own studio to make music. I don't care if you know what I'm saying, build a football club for the young folks to, learn football one-on-one, that type of stuff right there. Do something that make you feel good, like music, sports, lifestyle, anything.
Right.
But just do something positive.
Right.
That way you won't have to do all this dumb stuff like you're doing right now. Because to be honest with you, Big Q, thank God, like I said earlier, thank God it was not a first or second or third degree. And I heard you say he paid the bond, right?
Yeah, that's what they're saying, brother Jared, that it's a misunderstanding, the yada there. But that it's still, I mean, it didn't have to happen like that, because we know that don't belong to Laddie Daddy. Whoever he riding with, and I don't know how many people there, it's not intricate right now. It's still going on, so we don't know all of the details. But most certainly that pistol don't belong to Laddie Daddy. We know that for certain. So if it's an issue or a question, whoever's in the vehicle with him is not festering up to who it belongs to. They're saying it ain't mine. So as a result, the police got to hold everybody and check out everybody.
Exactly, Big Q. And I agree with it. And everything you're saying is true, Big Q. Everything you're saying about that on here makes true statements right there.
Yeah, it's sad, but that's why I said you got to watch where you go. We can't. Most of you become a big success like Laddie Daddy, or some of these other guys come from impoverished background. You can't go back that way. You can't be doing stuff. You got to be in a controlled environment, so to speak, Because because stuff like this will happen if you're not in control of the body. You can't ride around with people. You don't know what they got up in there. You never know if they be trying to set them up or something. You never know.
Big Q, you said it right there, because that's that. Now, had Ladder Daddy could have been like a little bit more like me. See, I don't ride with people who got assault weapons or who do drugs and all that kind of stuff. That I don't roll like that, because you and who that nation, you can agree with me when I say this. I don't do drugs. I don't do alcohol. None of that stuff. I don't even ride with nobody that I grew up with and that type of stuff. I'm just the whole time it's always been the only time when I ride with somebody is when I have my family with me. Even though I have friends, but they have their own lifestyle. I got my own. So that's why I stay positive, and that's why I stay at home most of the time. So doing stuff like this, talking to you, chopping it up, talking Saints talk, talking about something going forward in the future, that type of stuff. Mm-hmm. And I grew up with that, and I grew up, always staying home and staying safe. And that's what I'm doing every day while we're still in this pandemic season. Hopefully, I'm praying that it will end pretty soon than later.
Yeah, I agree with that, brother Jerry.
Yes, sir. But other notes I want to say. I did watch the last Thursday night because the OG really was not happy. Mm-hmm. And that's why I said Wednesday night. That's why I said Wednesday night that PJ Williams earned the name Pathetic Jackass. And Sway said it Thursday night too, and I said it in the chat. I said that's what it stands for. PJ stands for Pathetic Jackass. You talking about rotisserie chicken, roasted chicken, burnt chicken, and that's exactly what he is. He just burnt. You know that reminds me of Brandon Penalty Browner, Jason Burnt David, Fred Toast Thomas. You name it, he was there. He fit that category.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Listen, if people know that, and I was looking at Twitter, and there's questions like, why is PJ Williams back? And that's like, I'm pretty sure PJ gets all of that. He hears that. It's like, yeah, but it should be like a decision at some point in time, bro. Clean up your game, man. Start working a little harder, man. You know what I'm saying? And people see that you out there, be mistakenly breaking up passes and, stuff like that, pretending like you did that on purpose. People see that, man. So, work on your technique, get better, man. So hopefully Coach Rashard will help PJ Williams and Marcus Williams, the rotisserie brothers, step up and do what they got to do this year.
You got that right. You got that right, Big Q. But I did want to share what happened a week ago, because I didn't expect for this to happen, because everybody was saying that Drew Brees was going to retire in full circle, and I didn't. And at first, I didn't believe it. I figured he was going to retire before that day, because everybody knows that March the 14th, 2006 was the day he came to New Orleans, him, Brittany, and his family, to sign with the New Orleans Saints. And 15 years later, he retired on that day, but 15 days later. And I didn't expect it to see it happen. I didn't expect it at all.
Sunrise, I figured he was going to.
Yeah, exactly. Because, and then I was talking to somebody last week about it, and they was in shock, just like I was. Mm-hmm. I didn't think that Drew Brees was going to retire the same day he signed with the team 15 years ago.
Wow.
I didn't expect that to happen, but it happened.
Right. It sure did.
It happened. So Drew Brees, if you're out there, I'm going to say this. This is coming from the OG, Jerry G. Poor Jr. Thank you, sir. Thank you to you. Thank you to Brittany and your family, your friends, everybody. Thank you for making this team where they are now because
Hey.
a lot of because think about it, because before Drew Brees came in, we were hot fucking garbage. I'm talking about we were hot, straight up trash until things start turning around. Until Drew Brees came on this team, and make this team better where they are right now.
Right. I mean, you're absolutely right, brother Jerry. I mean, Drew Brees has been a world changer as far as the Black and Gold Nation is concerned, and and it's not just that, of everything that Drew did, because he came here and broke records, franchise records, NFL records.
Yes.
He brought a Super Bowl to the city. We wanted more than one, but Drew Brees was absolutely excellent in his tenure here.
Absolutely.
They have too many major scandals and things that he did have scandals with. He has the type of a personality where he was able to make it through. He has so much love because when you do, we human. We will, like you said, brother Jeff, we ain't perfect. We human. We're gonna make some mistakes, but it's how you are after the mistake is made, and people realize that overall Drew's a solid dude, man. He's 100% solid dude, and it was an honor to watch Drew Brees be the quarterback of the New Orleans Saints all those years. Had a lot of great times, man. So you're absolutely right. What you're saying, brother Jay, is well said, and the Who Dat Nation agrees 1,000% with you.
Yes, sir. I always know that the Who Dat Nation going to agree with me because the OG always love to come on here and spit facts and speak truth.
True that.
And now I'm gonna say this last thing, and because I know somebody else getting ready to come on, but I want to say this right here, okay. And this is gonna be my closing statement. Now everybody thinks. Now follow me, Q. Everybody thinks that Taysom Hill is going to be the future starter cornerback of this team. I look at him dead in the face, Big Q, and I said, hell to the no. If you think for one split second that Taysom Hill is going to be the future quarterback of this team, you should be hitting the head with a 2x4. That's why everybody, including me, is leaning on Jameis Winston becoming the starter of the New Orleans Saints. The starter of the New Orleans Saints. Now, Taysom Hill, he could play his normal role on that Saint offense like normally. But as a starting quarterback, I'm going Team Jameis. And I'm do like those guys at work. They have that stamp thing and just say stamp, sign, and ready to go.
Well, we did that poll, brother Jay, some time ago, man, and well over 60% of the people, man, were with Jameis, and that's before Drew retired. Taysom's there. 60% of the people polled were for Jameis. I didn't, and prior to that, I didn't know that it was so much rousing support for Jameis Winston. But it's a lot of the Who Dat Nation that really believe in Jameis Winston. And I think a lot of people that are Jameis detractors are still looking at him like he's Tampa Bay Jameis, and he's not. He's not that dude no more. He's better shaped than that dude. Physically, mentally, and spiritually, he's better shaped than that guy was with Tampa.
Yes, he was.
He got peace of heart and mind here. He's in a situation where he can make it his own, and he has all the experience. He can make every throw. Jameis is a dude that could thrive in ways it could surprise a lot of people. So, listen, the Saints are going to be a run-based attack vertically. We're going to operate off the play action. So I'm really happy about that. These moves, the fullback move, to get a really good fullback to add that versatility, a blocking tight end there. The Saints are going to bring that play action is back with the vertical attack. And I'm really excited about that, man. So, yeah, Jameis it's definitely, in my opinion, Brother Jerry, I'm with you. I think Jameis is the starter this year. He'll beat out Taysom.
Yeah, yes, he is. And I was getting ready, and I did catch the interview he did on Wednesday, and Jameis Winston said it very clearly. BQ, the same thing we're talking about right now. He said he true of his word. This man wants to start with this team. He really does.
Right.
And I agree with him.
Right. I agree with you too.
I mean, there's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. This man right here deserves to be starting quarterback.
Yeah. Hey, brother Jerry, he gonna give every opportunity, man. And listen, he's refreshed. He hadn't played football in a full football season since he was with Tampa Bay. He's totally healthy. He's in great shape. He has a somewhat of a grasp with the Saints offense. He'll be competing with Taysom, who has 4 years of starting experience as a 4 games of starting experience. So I think Taysom will have a bit of difficulty beating out Jameis Winston. Jameis is a natural at the position. He's been doing it since he was in high school. He's phenomenal, and this is the most mature version of Jameis that we've ever seen before, and probably the most complete team that he's ever had. Complete team, period. With Saints, so like I said, the pressure won't be so much on James. Saints Coach Payton is going to run that football, and he's going to operate that play action. I love it, absolutely love it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big Q, and I agree with you 100% all the way. And I'm sure the entire Who Dat Nation agree with you and me when we talked about that.
Right. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. We just got to see what we're going to do with a few more additions later on in free agency and, of course, in the draft. And the Saints going to have a pretty good team, man, in terms of flying underneath the radar. Tampa's
no doubt about it.
Tampa's going to have all of that press. They're going to be talking about Tampa Bay, this, that, and the third. Saints are going to sail right up under the radar, right into the playoffs. So I'm excited to see how that's going to shake. So it's going to be interesting, man.
Oh, yes, sir. Absolutely. I agree with you. Well, Big Q, I don't want to hold you long. I want to be on here forever. Like I said, I know somebody else getting ready to come on, but man, it feels so good to be back on the chat line to talk with you, man. Because
same with you, brother Jay.
I know I really want I really wanted to come on here about a week ago and express my anger, but I just wanted to save it for Friday night. So because you already know the OG is going to bring it. He's going to bring the fire, or whether he in the chat or whether he on the stream. He going to bring the fire. You have no question about it.
This is true. This is all true.
Yes,
brother
sir.
Jerry going to bring it.
Yes, sir. And also, I want to give a big shout out to the return of Tara T. Mama Smacker Smith. Welcome back, T Mama. It's been a while. I know it's been a while for you, but glad to have you back. I love you, T Mama. Shout out to you. Much love to you. Who that to you?
That's right, T Mama. Good to see her back, man. Hope everything going all right with you out there. Tyra, as always, see Tyra in the building. Much love to Tyra, man. She's excellent, man. But brother Jared,
she is. She's a special blessing, man.
Oh,
she's a special blessing.
She's awesome. But brother Jared, appreciate you chiming in, my brother. Thank you for your great commentary and your words of wisdom as usual, my brother. Appreciate you and everything that you are and what you do. Really great. Appreciate you. Much love to you, my brother, and thank you.
Same to you, Big Q, and blessings to you and your family and your friends and everybody. And blessings to everybody. God bless you all. That's in the chat. I love each and every one of y'all. Like I said from the beginning, I love each and every one of y'all, and there's absolutely nothing that y'all can do about it. I love you all so much. I thank God for y'all every day while I'm still on this planet. I thank God for y'all. I love you all. Who that to you, and God bless you. I love you all.
All right, brother Jerry. Who that for life, my brother, and you have a peaceful weekend.
Who that for life, Big Q. I'll catch you next time.
All right, my brother. Thank you. Peace.
Good night. Good night.
That's brother Jerry, man. Great words of wisdom from a great man. Brother Jerry always come dropping the real. We're going to bring in brother John next. Brother John, thank you for waiting and welcome to the show, my friend. How you doing tonight?
Hold on 1 second. Leave that damn hog alone. Leave that hog alone, damn it. Leave it alone. All right, I'm back. Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly, John. How you doing, bro?
I got my audio fixed. Where's Black
Oh
Suede at?
man, he ain't on. You missed him. He on yesterday's show, bro. But
I got my
but
audio fixed.
he'll be happy to hear you got that audio fixed, there, brother John. Good, you coming through like you're standing next door, brother. I mean, you sound good.
All right, I just want to get up there and talk about Lattimore. I mean, Lattimore, I think you're stupid. You're a good person, but you're stupid. You are a top NFL superstar. Why are you hanging with these kind of people? I mean, I understand that they're your people from your neighborhood, but shouldn't you bring them to your house? You shouldn't be riding with people like that. And you know the status that you have in Cleveland. People know who you are because you played for Ohio State. People down there in Cleveland know who you are. And you're sitting up there hanging with people that aren't the right people. And look at where it got you. You're all plastered over the newses, and they're going to talk about you, and they're not going to treat you fairly. And Q, I'm going to say this, and I know it's going to make a couple of people mad, but they're not going to treat him fairly in the media because he's a black man. And we all know that. They're going to try to degrade him and talk about him. They don't do the people like they do the other folks. And they're going to try to degrade his name, talk about him like he ain't nothing. And it just amazes me how these superstars can have all this money and act like they're stupid. I mean, I can bet you right now you don't see Russell Wilson hanging with somebody that has a gun. You don't see Aaron Rodgers hanging with somebody that has a gun. You don't see Drew Brees sitting up there hanging with thugs on across the street that has weapons and stuff in the car. And I know the gun isn't for Lattimore, but I was a deputy sheriff a long time ago, and I just want to say, if you're in a car with someone and it's a firearm and they find the firearm in the vehicle, they're not going to just charge one of you. They're going to charge all of you. If you don't want to own up to it, they're not just going to charge you. They're going to charge each and everybody that's in that car until someone owns up to it. And now I don't think no one is going to own up to that firearm, so all of them are going to get charged, and there's going to be an investigation, and it's going to be a lot that they have to go through. So Lattimore is not out of trouble. He's still going to have to go through an investigation. He's going to have to go to court because it's a firearm. And I think they just changed the law. The Senate just changed the law. And I think it was Ohio. Did you remember seeing that on the news, Big Q, where the Senate changed the concealed weapon law in a couple of states?
I think I did hear about that, brother John. They had some change maybe a couple of months ago or something like that. Faintly.
Yeah, that's right. But I just want to say, what would come in your mind, a millionaire, to sit up there and hang with people like this? You're smart, Lattimore. You're a top cornerback in the NFL, dude. You have to have common sense. Common sense would tell me not to ride with these fools because I know they're going to get me in trouble. And I know they're not going to snitch on me, where they're not going to snitch on themselves. And I know they're not going to take up for me, even though they know my career is more important than anything that they're doing. And you see now, look at him. He's in trouble. All plastered all over the news. His mugshot, but I think something is fishy because his mugshot is just everywhere. And it looked like they weren't even finished with the mugshot. It looked like reporters just sold a mugshot to one of the people. One of the deputies sold the mugshot.
Right.
And they do that all the time. They did it to Kobe Bryant. They make money from these reporters. The reporters buy the thing from them and they make the money. And the deputy sheriffs get the money, or the policemen get the money for it. I know how all of that works. But I'm just saying, you have to use your common sense, Lattimore. You're a grown adult male with a job that is nationally televised on national television, and people know who you are. You're not some unknown dude on the street. You just got to be smart. And it's like, I don't know what is it in the inside of the Saints defense that have all of these damn defensive players getting in trouble with the law. Because it's not that many offensive players that get in trouble with the law on the Saints. It's mainly the defense. And BQ, I know you've seen that. It's something got to be wrong in the inside of that locker room, because every time you see it is defense in trouble. If PJ Williams, his stupid ass, got in trouble for alcohol and his dumb girlfriend go try to blame it on a game. Do you think our police want to hear that? No, they don't. They don't care what happened. They're going to take you to jail, driving while you're drunk. You got to use common sense. It's not that hard. You're an NFL player worth millions of dollars. What are you doing hanging with criminals and thugs? You shouldn't have that around you. And Big Q, what's your opinion on that? I mean, Big Q, I'm pretty sure you don't have thugs and criminals hanging around you, and you're not a big superstar or anything, but you're a normal, regular person like I am. But I'm pretty sure you don't hang around thugs and drug dealers, people with firearms. You don't hang around those kind of people. Pretty sure the people in the chat don't hang around with that kind of people. I don't hang around with that kind of people. So why would Lattimore, of all people, hang around those kind of folks?
Well, I mean, it depends, Brother John. I mean, I can't explain what was going on in Laddie Daddy's head. I think he probably felt comfortable with his ex-friends and they just riding around, and it didn't occur to him to ask the questions, or maybe he did and they lied to him. I don't know the particulars.
Well, listen here, Big Q. He's a superstar. Don't you think they're going to know he's a big old name? That's Marshon Lattimore. There's my buddy. They know who he is. So why are they riding around in the car with a firearm with him, and they know who he is, and they know what he does?
Bad judgment, in my opinion. It was totally foolish. It was just it's a bad deal, man, altogether. And,
that's right. And it sounds like a setup to me. And it sounds like something is fishy about this story. I don't know, but I just feel it in my gut that something's off about this story, and I think we're going to hear about it. I think something is off about this story. And there's not many people reporting on it now, but watch tomorrow. Tomorrow, when the news is Monday morning, when Good Morning Football and all these other people, ESPN with Stephen A. Smith and dumbass Max Kellerman, I don't even know why he has a job. But anyway, when the big news people report on it, you're going to be all over the news, buddy, and trust them, leave. Roger Goodell is going to find any way to get to the Saints. He hates the Saints. The Saints did not vote on him when he was elected the commissioner, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't know that, but the Saints were one of the teams that did not want Roger Goodell as the commissioner, and that's why he has a grudge against the New Orleans Saints. A lot of people say, well, why he don't like the Saints? Well, that is the reason. The commissioner has a grudge against his team, and so does a lot of more people in the NFL. They have a grudge against the Saints.
This is
and
true.
I was reading up on that about how Roger Goodell don't like the Saints, and him and Tom Benson did not get along that well either. That's why you never see Roger Goodell coming to New Orleans and coming to Saints game, and he's always going to these other games, but he would never. If Roger Goodell was to step his ass in that dome, I'm pretty sure he'd be spit on, beer chucked at him, and all kind of stuff. He's not welcomed in New Orleans, and I can tell you that.
I agree. A lot of people don't like him, man. It's he's not a light guy at all. I mean, the city don't like how he commissioned, how he does his business. But the owners love him because they make more money than anybody ever did with Goodell. So I mean, they weather the image of having a guy that works with everybody likes, as opposed to a guy that makes some money. He makes them a lot of money. So they stick with him despite the fact he gets booed at the drafts and everything. The greatest thing ever happened to him when the C-19 stuff hit, so that he don't have to go and see people.
That's right. But I'd also want to say this, Big Q, and this is probably my last thing I'm going to say. What do you think about the Saints not making any free agent move? I think it's dumb. The roster on the defense is kind of depleted now. The only thing that we have to look forward to next year is an agent Cam Jordan, an agent DeMario Davis, and that's pretty much it. And they're not making any move. And David Onyemata. I mean, I think David Onyemata is going to be a superstar. And I just want to get that straight here. I think David Onyemata is going to be the next best defensive tackle in the NFL. But I feel like we should be doing something. The guys on this team are aging. The youngest guy we have on defense is probably David Onyemata right now. And the rest of them are aging. And we're not doing anything. We're not trying to pick no one up. We're not trying to sign anyone. We're just sitting up there watching everybody else take all these good players for 1 year deals worth $1 million. I mean, look, we could have got Deshaun Jackson. And he's used to playing with Winston. And I think he would have been a good piece for the Saints offense. He's used to playing with Winston. And we're not signing anyone. It's like, come on, dude. All these other teams are getting these dudes for the cheap. They're not paying them $12 million, $10 million, not paying that much. And you can't pick up one player, not even Quan Alexander, who did pretty good, a mirror image of DeMario Davis. Can't pick him up, can't offer him nothing. Like, come on, dude. You're just letting other teams just pick him up. 1 year, $1 million deal. 2 year, $3 million deal. I mean, it's like And we have $4 million in cap. People don't think we don't have anything. We have $4 million in cap space right now. But what I think they're trying to do is save that money, for when we draft and they can sign the rookies. But we have $4 million. I read that on Nick Underhill. What's your opinion on that, Q, about the free agents?
Uh, yeah, that they warned us prior. Mickey Loomis, and we played that on the Sports Coma a few more than a few shows ago. That Mickey Loomis was basically saying that don't expect a lot of activity from the Saints in this free agency period. They did open up and get plus side of the cap, but they still need to rework and have the extensions of Lattimore and Ryan Ramczyk to open up even more money. I think that's the next two big moves that need to be made to free double-digit cap relief. And perhaps after that's done, you can see the Saints get a little bit more active. But from what I'm seeing from the Saints, it look like the Saints are basically going to make a few more moves in free agency, cheap moves, really cheap economic moves. And I think over the next 2 years, the Saints are going to be working this thing through the draft. That's my focus on it. It's going to be, because if you look at it, Brother John, you're looking at this year, and of course the Saints got $100 million in the red. They came up under that thing and they're plus. Next year, the Saints do lose, 15 plus more people a contract. So over the next 2 years, you're going to see quite the transition of talent
and the
and
NFL
players.
just got all that money. We aren't getting anything, but yet we're sitting up here paying for the lots in the dome, paying for the dome, and we have to sit up there and pay for parking lot in the dome when we're paying for it out of our tax dollars. People don't understand that. When you go to these Saints games, you pay for the stadium, you pay for the lots in that damn building, you pay for the parking lot when it's fixed. Anything that breaks in there, your tax money is paying for it. The city tax money is paying for it. And guess who pays city taxes, state taxes, and federal taxes? We do.
Yes.
We're sitting up here paying these people, and they're not giving us a damn thing but playoff losses. It's like 3 straight years in a row, playoffs, and we have an inconsistent. I love Drew Brees, God knows I do, but God, Lord, he's always been inconsistent in the playoffs. And the reason we won Super Bowl was not because of Drew Brees. It's because of Tracy Porter. Reason we won the NFC Championship game, Tracy Porter picked off Brett Favre, because they remember they were in field goal range, or they were getting close to, and all Brett Favre had to do was have one more completion, and they would have been in field goal range. But Tracy Porter picked them off. Tracy Porter picked out the Super Bowl and had it wrapped up in bag. Drew Brees has looked awful in any one of his playoff games. I love the guy, but it's the truth. Him and Aaron Rodgers are the same kind of quarterback. This very good quarterback in the regular season, but when you get in the playoffs, it's like you sit up there and freeze, don't know what to do. And that's all I'm going to say, because I don't want to hold up the line, because I know there's other people on here. But I love Drew Brees, but he was just so inconsistent. And we sit up here and praise the guy. He was not the only one that sat up here and did stuff for this team. And a lot of people look at it as, oh, Drew Brees did this. No, he didn't. The defense won us a Super Bowl. Defense won us the NFC Championship game. Defense is the reason that we went to the NFC Championship not last year, but remember in 2018, who had the interception that sealed the game? Marshon Lattimore. Drew Brees turned the ball over to the Eagles, and the Eagles turned the ball back over to the Saints.
Yep.
Drew Brees has been inconsistent, and I'm not down on him or anything, but it's the truth. And when you say that, it's like people get upset and say, you're not a true Saints fan. How the hell are you going to tell me what I am? But that's all I'm going to say, Big Q. Thank you for having me on your show.
Appreciate you, Brother John, for expressing yourself, man. Thank you, and appreciate you, and who that to you, and stay blessed, my friend, and stay as positive as you are. Thank you.
All right.
That was Brother John chiming in, man. Much love to Brother John dropping it in this as well. Much love to you. Thank you, Tasha. Appreciate the super chat. Thank you. Appreciate that. And thank all the family members for y'all super chats and cash apps. Much love to the family members. We appreciate y'all. And much love to you all. Thank you. All right, we got Brother Tragic chiming in. We're going to bring in Brother Tragic. Welcome to the show there, Brother Tragic. How you doing today, my friend?
Doing pretty good, Big Q.
Good to hear from
Pretty
you, bro.
good.
What's on your mind today, bro? I know you got some good news you want to drop.
Well, I'm not with all the PJ heat. Like I said, I'm not. we unfairly criticizing PJ as a cornerback, and I
Okay.
think we already seen the versatility of PJ in his back part of his career already. It seems like he's going to be used more in the safety position, and he's a backup safety on top of that, and he's someone that knows the system. So I'm not without a PJ hate. Like I said, he's not playing cornerback. The man playing safety where he's been a vital cog and part of the depth to this secondary.
Well, brother Tragic, man, I appreciate you giving your take on that, bro. Because let me tell you something. A lot of family members out there, bro, are not really feeling PJ Williams. A lot of people are upset about PJ being back. Brother Jerry leading the charge. He was very upset about it. Probably the most upset of the family members from the Great Saint Think Tank that I see. But a lot of people, brother, try to share with us because maybe it's something we missing about PJ, bro. I'm open hearted and open minded, bro. So share with me and the family members on some positive things about PJ Williams' game currently and what we could be expecting. Could he possibly get better in the upcoming year under new secondary coach Chris Richard? What you think about that, bro?
Okay, well, we got to remember the time when Marcus Williams was out. We saw PJ Williams step in at safety and have a pretty stellar game. So, like I said, he's probably an average to slightly above average safety, but cornerback he at cornerback he's peanut butter and jelly Williams, but at safety he's PJ. So PJ provides his depth. We saw PJ within those 20-yard parameters cause turnovers. We saw the man make big hits. We saw him cause we saw him cause fumbles. We seen him make a few interceptions within that 20-yard box. We know his limitations is outside of getting beat deep or whatever. But as a coach, you got to put him in the right situations. You got to keep him in the right situations. We know his limitations. We know his strengths.
Yeah, bro, you absolutely that is true. I mean, if I have to see PJ on the field, I would prefer him as a safety and not a cornerback because we know he just is not capable of covering anybody legally well for a long period of time, and they just pick on him at some point because they recognize he's not a very good corner. But why would you have a cornerback? And I know you're saying safety because his strong suit is PJ's probably either the second or third. He's in the top three as your best tackling defensive back on the team, no doubt about it. PJ will come up and he will make the hit. But the thing that scares people is his inconsistent attention to detail. You know, fundamental breakdowns, bad footwork. You know, unintelligent play at times, not looking back at the correct time to locate the ball. Various other schematic things that I noticed about PJ over the last several years that he hadn't really improved upon. What do you say about that?
But did we see those things late in the season, or that was in the beginning of the season when the defense as a whole was playing a little bit inconsistent before the Saints decided to play more of the cover two in the second half, and before I think, and also I think we started to see the defense as a whole start to break down a little bit more as the offense started to get a little bit more stagnant, and they wasn't getting as much rest. So you saw that back end had to cover a little longer. We're like they had a certain point in the season where that defense was playing lights out. They was getting good pressure. The back end was defending well, but then Breeze came back, and those latter part of the games with Taysom, the offense was experiencing a lot of 3-and-outs, and the defense wasn't experiencing. The offense as a whole wasn't experiencing the same time of possession, and I think it kind of started taxing the defense towards the end of the year, and I think it taxed even Cam Jordan at the end of the year. Like, you know, Cam likes to play all those plays, but we also see Cam Jordan keep fading towards the end of the season as that offense get away from his ball control and not dominating the time of possession. at the end of the season, this defense as a whole seems to wear down at the end. So if you got the Saints offense had to make a concerted effort to play a little bit more ball control to keep that defense fresh throughout the whole year.
Well, I mean, that's an interesting point there, brother Tragic, because I witnessed I could say early on in the season when the secondary started really sinking in, when they all got on the same page week 9 against Tampa Bay. You seen everything, everybody got the football Holy Ghost, so to speak, and everybody was doing what they were supposed to do. And then sporadically throughout the back end of the season, you'll see PJ get burnt by a player here or there, or you see him breaking up passes. But I think a lot of the family members are expecting a lot more out of PJ. He was a 3rd round draft pick out of Florida State. They expected this guy to be a stud corner, and he has not hit. I mean, in my opinion, he's hit his ceiling. In my opinion, and what we're seeing, Tragic. Look at it like this, and you tell me if you agree with me on this, bro. I mean, the transfer from him from cornerback to safety was the fact that he failed at the cornerback position, and they was simply trying to find a way to keep him on the team and utilize his tackling ability. I mean, we often said transfer him to a safety because he can't cover. So, I mean, he failed, in my opinion, as being a cornerback. That's why the Saints shifted him to safety. But to play him back and forth like he's some type of versatile piece is a mistake, in my opinion. What do you think about that?
Well, I agree that he did fail at cornerback, but he's now a depth person. He's providing depth now,
right?
And he's providing valuable depth now, because you got to think I think PJ even plays special teams, I believe, on some of the packages. So you're talking about a dime safety. You know, if you got somebody, in case Chauncey do go down, you have somebody who could sometimes you can stick in the slot. So, like I said, I'm not judging him on as a cornerback. He did fail as a cornerback, but we found a spot for him, which is safety. So that's his spot now.
Well, I mean, you're right, but like I said, I've been watching PJ for a long time, and he has always said, if anything positive about PJ, he's one of the top 3 best tackling defensive backs that you have. He'll come up and make a hit, and he's not scared of that. But his major downfall is his 9 coverage ability, which really, I think that's the thing that could really, if he can get that fixed I don't know if he could have. I guess he cleans up his fundamentals. If he gets it in his mind to clean up his fundamentals, I think he can be not a perfect guy, but at least 25 to 30% better than what he's doing right now. Can Coach Richard do that? I don't know if he can help PJ improve his game. I think he does help him to some degree, but to see some great turnaround in PJ Williams' game, if you could fix PJ Williams' game, man, and help Marcus Williams, and I mean, you doing some stuff, because I see flaws in their game, Major League. But go ahead, Brother Tragic.
He does have flaws, but you can say that for about 75% of safeties. That's right. That's
you can
reason why a lot of them are safeties. Yeah. A lot of the most safeties can't cover. There's only very few of them that is the full package.
This is true. This is very true. But Brother Tragic dropping the knowledge, saying the on PJ Williams, we got.
That's what separates the Pro Bowl. I think that's what separates. That's what separates like the All Pro safeties from the regular safeties.
Yeah,
ones who can do the full package.
You're right, and that's the thing, and I think it's a familiarity to roll over. But that's what I was saying, and like, okay, we seeing him as a cornerback. They list him as a cornerback when he's actually slotted as a safety. So I think the first thing the defense sees him as is a safety. We need to get some cornerbacks in here ASAP so we can stop visualizing him. I think in like you said, in injury situations that can he could be used as a spare corner in emergency situations. But you're absolutely right, though, Brother Tragic. But they got family members not buying it, Brother Tragic. They got one of the family members called him Prune Juice Williams.
I agree too. We got to get cornerback in there because, like I said, we don't have a starter right now opposite
Right.
Lattimore.
Right.
You know, you had Patrick Robinson at times when he did play, actually played pretty good when he played, but he had the hamstring problem, so you can't depend on him health wise. You got
Yep.
even Laddie Daddy as being your top corner. As we see when Laddie Daddy got busted today, he always strike me as somebody that really never really on the off season put in the work on his body in the off season. It always seems like he tries to play himself into shape during the season, and I think that's why you even saw it with the constant hamstrings pulls throughout last season and cramps. Because Laddie Daddy seems like someone who tries to play himself into shape during the season. He almost seems like he's like the type that's like his off season is the off season, and he wait to go back to work when the season starts.
Yeah.
He don't put in the time. He don't put in the time of Kamara. Like Kamara during the off season, you see Kamara working on the different strengths and balances.
Right. Pulling
Lattimore
trucks and
strikes me as the
stuff.
type of player.
Right. I mean, that's a major part of it, though, bro. And like you said, that's what take one guy from one level to the next level when they treat it like a job. Like if you in the off season and you working on your like Shaq said, your feet work, and then you doing the fundamentals and you there doing what you got to do. You studying the book. You're doing whatever you need to do to stay on cutting edge. Then that'll translate. But you constantly see Patrick Robinson's hamstring issues and all this. It's ridiculous. So I mean, I'm not really confident and happy about Patrick Robinson's return, as well. So I mean, you might have something on that. I just 30-something years old. I think Patrick Robinson need to be cut loose, man. Too many injuries, Brother Tragic.
Yeah,
You
well,
might be a
I
little bit
think
more
to tell you-
positive on that.
Oh no! I feel like with the injuries. I mean, any player I think that's injuries, you're going to be sort of cautious about him. Like I feel you got to draft a cornerback also. Like I said, I feel you got to go get you a starter.
Right.
You got to go get someone who's at least have the potential to start over there. So I think you might have to go in that first round. I don't think you could wait for that second or third round on the corner where you saying like go ATN first. I think you might have to go and get that corner first. And I think they actually have other running backs. I mean, I know we see 18 all the time, but I think they still got a few other running backs that you could probably get later on.
I do like the Carolina guys.
ATN.
I do like the North Carolina running backs. I do like they are pretty good, but that ETN dude is like
North Carolina guy.
Yeah. Both of them, they got two really good ones there. The guy out of Ole Miss I like a lot. So I mean, there are quite a few. I mean, Mississippi State, there are a few guys out there that I have doc. But when you talk about ETN, even Trevor Lawrence said that about ETN. He said, you want to know why we doing all this in the champ? Man, listen, he pointed to ETN as a major focus, and it's like having two Kamaras. And Sean, if Coach Payton making the call there, you think he gonna pick a corner if ETN sitting there? That's two Kamaras he could have on. He is going to have a absolute field day. But listen, I understand what you're saying. Let me ask you this though: what do you think about the cornerbacks? And if right now, let me get two things from you. Free agent cornerback you like right now, you think that the Saints should sign? And if they don't sign that, what cornerback you like in the draft with the first round pick? You still with me, Brother Tragic? Uh-oh. I think we might have lost Brother Tragic there. All right, we look like we lost him. All right. Okay, we bounce back there, Brother Tragic. I'll get you back in there. We got Brother K. Scott chiming in. Brother K. Scott, how you doing, fam? Welcome to the show. How you feeling?
Who that, bro? What's happening, bro? How you doing, baby? How you doing?
Doing good, my brother. How you feeling, bro? Good to hear from you, man.
Man, good, doing pretty good. Out here running, trying to get a little something to eat for the wife and stuff. You know how it is. That's a whole different story there itself. But I always try to listen to you and all my people whenever I get the chance, man. I'm sorry I missed you and Black Sway yesterday, bro. Y'all had me cracking up that fool.
We popped up that kind of late there, Brother Tragic. I had something going on that whole day. And I said, better late than never, so we popped on in there. But, yeah.
That's cool. I'm like your boy said. I'm surprised we ain't cut PJ or Patrick Robinson, bro. But just like being a Saints fan, sometimes we gotta deal with being a Saints fan. Sometimes I think I don't know if sometimes the front office be having a slight slight double personality sometimes, like they do make great moves, and then make really stupid moves at the same time. Like, where did that came from? If nobody else want them, why the hell you think we want them? you be sitting there like, you really think you're there scratching your head like, what the hell y'all thinking about y'all doing? But it is what it is. We just hope all that we can hope for as a fan that the positive outdo the negative.
Right.
That's all we could do. That's all we could do. I would like for us to go after some of the linebackers that we cut for no damn reason. Like last year when we cut Brenham. What's his name? Nigel Brenham?
Right. Bradham. Yeah.
Yeah, Nigel Bradham. When we cut him, I believe that would have been a perfect rotation because to me he was like maybe a step slower than to me he was like a linebacker with like a step slower than Kwame Alexander, but he could have been a perfect plug-in at that spot that would have helped. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Why are we not going after him? He's not sitting there. Larry Warford, who set out all that shit to do the COVID, he's sitting out there. Bring him in as an offensive lineman.
This is
he
true.
Knows the system.
This is true. Larry Warford is out there.
You bring back who could have been Pro Bowls or major players on team, not people who've been cut down there for 3 or 4 different damn teams. They're not no major players. They basically practice guy off injury fillers. We got enough damn injury fillers on the team who's sitting on the practice squad. Trying to get some of them young boys, some that play, and let some of the old heads who haven't been doing that. All they've been doing is burnt toast for all their whole damn career. Let them go. They made enough money. They've been in the league for then about 10, 15 years. Shit, they made enough money. Time to let them go. See you.
Right.
You made enough money for 10 years. It's time to start your next career.
So I take it, brother K. Scott, you don't agree with brother Tragic with the signing of PJ Williams.
Put like this. He have his good times. I ain't gonna lie. He have his good days, but he had way more bad days than good days. And it seems like he had the bad days at the worst time. And you can't tell that he had a bad day. He's not as bad as a Bird or a David or some of them horrible ass cornerbacks we had, but he damn sure not part of the good ones.
Yeah, PJ is like I said, he's interesting, man. I think what a lot of the family members are looking at, we've seen PJ now for 5 years now. I think a lot of people feel like, man, we can do better.
A hell of a lot better.
Right, we can do better. Let's upgrade the position. And I don't think we're seeing too much upgrading right now, but it's still ongoing. The free agency is still ongoing. And the way it's shaping up, the Saints still need extension work to be done to extensions on Lattimore and Ramczyk to free up even more money. Because I really think we would benefit from getting a few more cheaper defensive options on the team. I mean, maybe, another edge rusher. I know people want to take an edge rusher in the draft and maybe give one in the second, third, or maybe
Hold on 1 second, sir. Hold on.
Also,
yes, hold on 1 second.
All right. K. Scott got us on hold right here while we doing that. I'm going to move into it, and I'm going to keep him read some of the...
I'm back. I'm back,
oh, you
brother.
back?
I'm back.
All right. Go ahead,
yes.
K.
Yeah. Yes, I want to put everybody in business, you get the food. But, yes, I do like PJ. PJ is a cool dude, like you say. He's been in the system for 5 years. 5 years. If you, in this game, especially football, usually your prime is in your early to mid 20s. That's when your prime at. Except for quarterbacks. Quarterbacks, their prime is in their late 20s to early 30s. That's their prime because the game starts slowing down for them and they can actually see the game a lot better. But when it comes to a physical type specimen, especially like a cornerback or any type of backs receiver, linebacker stuff, y'all always get hit. You're always physical. You steady cutting, making moves and stuff. So your body's steady in a moving type thing. So a lot of times when you see them, they prime hit quick. So if you see them, if they haven't improved none time in the 5 years, they're basically only a step level from what they was as a rookie from when they started 5 years ago. That's the best you're gonna get.
Yeah, it's the development aspect of PJ's game. I think he should be a lot further. I have that same rationale about PJ Williams that I have with Marcus Williams, the rotisserie boys. It's the same thing. You have guys that been in the same system for at least 4 years, the same system. So there should be, I think, really Marcus should be. He should have been a Pro Bowl safety at this point. And a lot of that is due to, like, last year, he struggled. The secondary struggled in general before that week until that week 9 matchup against Tampa Bay. Then you seen everything sync together. But Marcus's problem is reading. Sometimes he's behind. He don't read. Sometimes he makes the wrong hit. Sometimes he's hesitant about making hits. Sometimes he's doing stuff that I mean, it's several different things that's going on with Marcus Williams that really is very strange. Same thing with PJ Williams. PJ Williams would come along, and it just, I don't know, man. It just, he doesn't, I don't know. It's just weird watching PJ because, you know, a lot of his stuff seems to be happening. It's like happenstance, you know, it just happened. And then it's like, okay, he doing all of the clapping and the dapping and all that kind of stuff. But really, PJ has so much, he been here long enough that he should have been a guy that should have been like on, you know, really a borderline starter, a guy that, you know what I'm saying? But even
it should be a high rotation. It should be a high rotation,
right.
A high rotation,
right,
where the two starters in the back could take a break because he been there so long. He can actually play either strong or free safety. It depends on what he feel like playing, and depends on the break because he been there 5 years. He know the game.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. He should be. You know, I've been here. I know this like the back of my hand. You know, and the fact that he's not there is like, it's very concerning to me because you would then say, okay, we're going to transfer you into a safety. And I was saying that several years before they actually did it. But it was an attempt to keep him on the team in some kind of way to make him valid. Okay, we can capitalize on his safety ability, you know, him being a safety, because he does look more comfortable there. But a part of the safety game is that he has to know how to read. Now, if he doesn't cover, he don't cover that well either. You know, whether you put him on cornerbacks, wide receivers, running backs, or even tight ends, well, he gets messed over by pretty much all of them. So it just shows you his bad coverage ability across the board. It doesn't matter. But, you know, I was saying in terms of like what his read and react skills in terms of how he would play the safety position where needed, which he would be the kind of safety that will roam around looking to make plays around the line of scrimmage. You can't be one of them deep safeties trying to read this. He'll get that smoke goose back there all day. So, I mean, it's a lot. That's what I'm saying. We've seen enough, in my opinion. You know, we've seen enough, and I like PJ Williams, and I'm saying, but we've seen enough of PJ, and I'm just telling PJ, listen, bro, you know and I know that you're supposed to be at least 2 levels better than what you are right now. And the reason why you're not better than what you are right now is because of you. It's because of your work ethic. It's because of your work ethic. It's because you're not learning how you're supposed to learn. You're not working on your fundamentals. And how can I tell? Because when you go out there and play, it's the same stuff that you see from last year and the year incrementally, small, mini half steps getting better. But I don't see that the intellectual game of PJ Williams come online where he reacting and making plays all over the field. That's just not what I'm seeing from him. You know, and maybe that'll be a change from Coach Richard, because a lot of people saying, Q, you know, Aaron Glenn was garbage. And I would say, man, Glenn, I don't think Glenn was garbage, you know, but I think Coach Richard is better than him, though. That's my opinion. But go ahead, Brother K. Scott.
You're right. I just want to know how you feel about what free agents do you think we should go after?
I still say we need, right now, once we rework this contract, thank you, Brother Dada. He said PJ was drafted to high school by old scouting team, and he was a fit for Rob Ryan's scheme. He's average at best, strictly a backup. Thank you, Brother Dada. A lot of people concur with that as well. is that you're absolutely right. He is definitely a backup at this point of his career because he had an opportunity. And remember, at one point, PJ lost his job to Ken Crawley, an undrafted rookie who came on the team and took PJ Williams' job from him. So, I mean, that goes to show you everything you need to know if you lose your damn job to Ken Crawley before you walk it. But, I mean, in terms of who we looking at, there's several really. I mean, to be honest with you, bro, I think a lot of that has to do with us looking at certain positions. I would like to get Quan Alexander back, and if not Quan Alexander, perhaps KJ Wright to help with the linebacker position, because if Jamario Davis incurs an injury or something like that, that's something I don't think we can shake back from. I also think we should go after a veteran edge rusher who can help out right here. You can still draft the guy. You can have, the more the merrier in terms of having a pass rusher. But I still say there are a lot of veteran pass rushers that you can get on the cheap that are available that can help out. I still say we need to go and see if we can. There are still several players in the free agency cycle at the cornerback level that we can go get right now that you can plug next to Laddie Dad in the secondary that can help. Casey Hayward, former Packer and Charger, is there. He would be a really solid addition cornerback to help out with Lattimore. I mean, there's some other people as well that we could talk about. And I don't think the Saints should stop with just one veteran cornerback signing. I think they should have at least two of them. Maybe a Darqueze Dennard, maybe another player that they can bring in, a Fitzpatrick. Guys like that, or big cornerback, young veteran, big, tall cornerbacks are there. So, I mean, we can reach and get at least two of those guys there as well. So, I mean, I'm pushing more toward veteran guys. Not old veterans, but a couple of young guys, middle veterans that can come on and fit with what you're trying to do. But like I said, if something happens to Demario Davis, that's two people we can't do no replacement with. If Cam get hurt, you're going to be in a tough spot. And if Demario gets hurt, you're going to be in a tough spot. So it's those two guys I think that we should look in, and of course we still have Zach Bourne there. But I'm saying in the long range that I think as part of the long range game, not long, extensive contracts, but friendly contracts to the structure of the team moving forward. But overall, fam, get ready for a youth movement in the Saints because you lose 15 plus free agents next year. And plus what you lost this year, and you got to replenish that with draft picks. So that's why the Saints stockpiling this year and next year. Thank you, Dot. Appreciate you, bro, for your super chat. I think that is replaying the old super chat there. As well. So thank you for that, my brother. Thank you. All right. Yes, no, actually, PJ, Dada says that old scouting team that PJ was controlled by Ryan Pace. You see how he's screwing up in Chicago. PJ was okay. That's a great point, Dada, as well, because what basically Dada is saying, and thank you for your super chats, Dada, is that PJ is a relic in this system. And the best they can do to make him fit and what Dennis Allen is doing is change him into a safety. So I agree with that. Tragic did mention that after all. But go ahead, Brother K. Scott. I'm going to let you get the point in, bro.
Sir, I agree with you and say because, like you say, if we lose Demario Davis or Cam Jordan, I think about that brings us back to how we was in 2014 and 15, where we had a horrible defense. I mean, we had an atrocious defense between 13 and 15. Oh my God, that was a horrendous defense.
Correct.
But I have a feeling that we might go out to make some moves in the draft. I think, like you say, now if the running back is there, or if one of the top quarterbacks is there at 28, I can see them going out there. You always go after the best player. But to me, if you're not going to there, or you're not going after receiver like Chase or one of them, if they don't drop down that far, I go get your boy Joe Horn, son. JC. I watched him play. I watched his tape. He's nasty. I'm talking about he is a very physical, good speed, good covering receiver, cornerback. He got attitude to play with it. You know what I'm saying? Look like he been trained well, not only back to his school, but like to his father.
Right.
Like Deion do his sons, like his father did him. Like if you're gonna play this game, I'm gonna teach you right. I'm gonna teach you how to last in this league for at least 10, 15 years, not be out this league within 3 or 4 years. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
I like him. I also like that other running back. I like that other quarterback that everybody see him going like in the 5th round. He like about 6'3", 6'4", 200 pounds. I forgot what school he was. Some other New Orleans sites who did like a mock draft.
Mhm.
I wish I would wrote his name down, but I looked at some of his tapes and he was a pretty cool dude. And I can see either a big name going in the 1st round, or I can see us going for that quarterback or one of those good linebackers, because we definitely need somebody else. And something with Zach Barn, I would love to see Zach Barn start playing more DN.
Right.
I think his true gift is going after the quarterback.
Yeah, J.C. Horn is. I don't think he had a fantastic pro day, and a lot of people think that elevated him inside the top 20, and they were already looking at him. But when he showed that high 40 time and that vertical jump, and he's 6'1", and his physical style of play, that really elevated him. I think beyond where the Saints are, So I mean, I think the Saints have a really smart and fruitful draft this time around. I really do. I'm just really interested to see exactly what way we go in terms of free agency and filling as many holes cheaply as we can in free agency. Then when we go into the draft, where do we go there? I could see the Saints could take an end, because we definitely need an end. Cam's getting old. Davenport is banged up. He hadn't give us a full season. Granderson's still very much a question mark despite his 5 sacks. So we still have some need interiorly of the defensive line and the edge situation. We could use an athletic linebacker. I do concede that to a lot of the family members who are saying, Q, we need some more athleticism at the linebacker position. To be honest with you, truthfully told, we can use upgrades in all 3 areas of the Saints defense, whether that's the defensive line, the linebacker, and especially in the cornerback, the secondary aspect of it. We need more safeties back there. We could use some cornerbacks there, because like I said, over the next couple of years, don't be surprised when next year rolling around that the Saints be looking to get rid of Malcolm Jenkins and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's a lot of stuff that's going to be happening in the next 2 years, a lot of transition. And the way the Saints are kind of slowly marching into this thing with free agency, it's showing me that they're tooling up for the draft that's coming, no doubt about it. They stockpile these picks, so look out for them to have a very smart draft the next couple of years. Ain't no doubt about it. Really smart drafting coming up. But K. Scott, brother, I'm going to give you the last floor. We got a few family members right behind you. I'm going to give you the floor for the last word, my brother.
All right, man. I truly appreciate you, man. I truly appreciate for the opportunity to come on there and talk to you. Talk about our loving Saints, man, that we love so much, man. I'm looking forward. This is one of the few drafts I'm truly looking forward to, with all the talent out there, especially with they got projected like maybe a good 5 or 6 quarterbacks go in the 1st round. So I want to see how the strategy, see who will stay up, who will drop. Like they might, like somebody you think might be up, might drop, and that'd be the perfect time to scoop them up. I like to see if we gonna make a push to go up in the draft to get somebody. This year draft is really intriguing this year, right? Especially due to COVID and all this. This is going to be a real intriguing type draft. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to next year, bro. I'm looking forward to the Jameis Winston 2.0. I think you about to see a real different quarterback. I think you about to see the beginning of a great quarterback. You remember, I say this last year when we picked him up, I said that boy gonna be something special, because let me tell you something. We all had jobs that we could not stand. We had a job that they start off good, then all of a sudden management get changed, all type of hire new people, and all of a sudden you can't wait to get out of the job. And when you got a job that you can't stand, and everybody in the chat can believe, you got a damn job you can't stand, you just not gonna give barely half. You're gonna do just enough to keep yourself on the job until you find something new. And I think when Tampa Bay let him go, I think he felt the weight off his shoulders. And he said, I could have went to Jacksonville. He said he could have went to Jacksonville, all this stuff. But he said, let me go ahead, since none of my coaching staff and none of the front office never brought anybody to teach me how to play the game of football. Let me go learn from one of the greats. And when the Teddy Bridgewater left, he said, this is my spot to go over there and learn from a great. And damn it, he sucked it in. I think we about to see the fruits of that labor. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to a bounce back year for us. not really a bounce back. It's a bounce back, but not really a bounce back because they act like they're scared of us, but they're still scared of us. We still got too much talent, and they know they're scared of us. But if we do everything right, and if Coach Payton finally lets some of his talent play freer, use the talent more than strength instead of trying to use the talents to make his stuff look good. Like some coaches let the talent play their game, that gonna still help him, but it gonna increase how they play and make them elevate their time of play. Sometimes Coach Payton like to use people in a way that even though they might play good, but the only benefits is to make him look good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not to make the team look good. It's to make him look good to stroke his own ego. But I think with this year, without Drew Brees being there, I think he realized he's going to have to put his ego in check because now he gonna be put in a place where is you really that great of a coach or you only that great of a coach because Drew Brees was there? You know what I'm saying? He in that type of boat right now. So now he got to prove himself once again. But I truly appreciate everything. I'm looking forward to this year. This year in football season. I can't wait till I'm glad that they start. They're gonna let the people back in the stadium, but ain't nothing like me watching or me going to the game or watching my people at the game tear the roof off the place when the Saints hit the field and tear the roof off the place when they know that our team is marching on the field getting ready to score and the defense can't do nothing about it because you can feel the energy in the stadium rocking. So I can't wait for that to open up. I'm just ready for next year. I'm just so ready for next year to start, bro, because I believe this year gonna be something special because a lot of people we got a lot of stuff to prove on every area of the team. The front office, the coaching, the players, everybody got a lot to prove this year. And I think when a lot of times when the whole team walk on a chip on your shoulders, not one or two people, it really gonna break the team to the next level.
Yep, I mean you're right, brother K. Scott. We're gonna see how it all shakes in the end, man. But yeah, we definitely consider the underdogs riding in this thing, and that's the perfect spot for us to be. So once again, I thank you, my brother. Thank you for your insight and your passion. Much love to you, my brother. You be safe out there. Who that to you, brother?
Much love to you, brother, too, man. Stay safe out there, man. To you and all the family, man. Who that to y'all? Love y'all. I'll talk to y'all next time, baby. Peace.
Peace. Thank you, brother K. Scott. Who that to you, brother? That's brother K. Scott, man, dropping the knowledge, man. We got brother Tragic. Also, we got Daryl. I see you there, Daryl. The right. What's up, the right? I see you, fam. We're going to chime. We're going to bring you up. We got Tragic ahead of you. And Uncle Paulie is on the line. Brother Tragic is back. All right, brother Tragic. You dropped out, my friend. Glad that you came back, bro.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. I'm back.
Now, go ahead, go ahead, brother Tragic. Keep defending PJ to the best of your ability, bro.
I'm not the sole PJ defender in here. You know, I just want to drop a few gems on PJ, like I said, but also wanted to talk on the optimism of Jameson.
Sure.
James.
Okay.
And like a lot of people still have their doubts, but like I said, I feel all the receivers at the Saints begin. Everybody keeps saying we need a receiver to go over the top, but I think you're going to see a better Traquan Smith. You're going to see like some of those other receivers that you know, you're going to see their skills get them to use their skills and the best of their ability because now they're going to be able to use it to their strengths. Okay. Everything won't be trying to read coverage in 20 yards. You know, not all receiver strengths are running slants and, you know, running the inside routes, that's what Brees' strength was because he couldn't go deep or whatever. Mm-hmm. But now I think you're going to see a bump in Traquan numbers and his abilities because now you're going to have a quarterback that could deliver to his strengths. Mm-hmm. You're going to see Michael Thomas now able to run outside of the slants and everything. I think you're going to see a decrease in Michael Thomas catches, but you're going to see more increase of his effectiveness because he's going to be able to hit the defense with more routes that they had to defend. And I'm expecting I'm expecting Jameis to have a better season than Stafford had for the Rams.
That says a lot, man, because Stafford had a pretty, I mean, but that's a pretty good offense for Stafford to be in. It does fit his style of play with McVay doing. I mean, he can make all the throws. You just got to protect him. He got a very good offense, and it's probably the best team that he's ever played with, a complete team anyway. So, I mean, that's a big prediction there, thinking that Jameis is better than Stafford in the Rams. That's big. That's a bold prediction, that, Brother Tragic.
I think just like how you might hear Rob Parker hit on Stafford a lot, and I agree with Ryan. I think Stafford is I think he's Pat Stafford. Even when we played him, I done seen other Detroit games. I play fantasy football. I'm a big fantasy football player, but most of Stafford, he's first drive when defenses are still kind of vanilla. He comes out and gets you a touchdown, and then like throughout the middle of the game, it's like the offense get lost from quarter 2 to 3, and then like once the defense starts to get in the prevent, Stafford gets a lot of he started patting stats, and it always look like Detroit on the verge of coming back, and then they lose, and Stafford has the big numbers at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's true. He does. He be patting them stats now. I'll give you that.
Just like when we played them, the first drive they hit us up. Then rest of the game, he was held in check second and third quarters. Then, like I said, then at the end of the game, they running their hurry up. But like I said, the defense is not putting the same type of pressure. Like I said, I believe he's a stat stuffer, and I think by him coming from such a blue blood family, because he went to school up in Dallas, and it's an area called the Highlands, which is like
rich people,
like the area where rich people,
right where SMU is.
Yeah, right where SMU is. So I think he always had like that media hype from the time he was in high school, where people always kind of been propping him up better than what he actually is.
Yep, I know exactly where you're from, bro. I know that's old money over there.
Yeah, old money. That's like the Audible money, like the people say on Audible Street.
Yep.
But it's a bigger version of it.
Yep. Yep. You ain't kidding. But that's good though, bro.
So I feel like I said, I feel James will have a big year. Now, I'm not just saying this because I'm a Saints fan, but I really feel Peyton can't wait to get his hands on to put James behind this offense, because now he's not strapped no more with the play calling, just constantly trying to design plays within that 20 yard. He finally got he has a blue chip prospect that he can unleash his full playbook and play call.
Yeah, he can get vertical.
Remember this offense even look with Bridgewater, who is somewhat conservative, and Bridgewater towards the third and fourth game started to get the ball downfield. Jameson is going to get this ball downfield, and he's going to reduce them turnovers, because he's not just going to be back there chucking it every day. He have a run game to depend on now. He can hit Kamara with screens. But James had the run game going. James didn't pitch all those intercepts. That's just one season. He had the 30-something intercepts, and he also had some of the receivers claim that they ran some of the wrong routes that caused him to throw those intercepts.
Yeah, that's a good point, bro, because a lot of people don't necessarily see that just in there at the end result is all on the quarterback. I often said that the scenario situation that Jameis Winston finds himself in New Orleans is not like anything he's going to see in Tampa. He has a complete team. The offensive line is very good. Saints already have a bruising top 3 running attack that can carry the day for him to take the pressure off of him. He can basically just perform as just pretty much a manager, just manage the games, get vertical. And you're going to see Coach Payton get vertical in the offense. He's going to add a few more pieces here or there. And like I said, I still say, that's why I said 10 games, playoffs win for the Saints. Let me ask you this, Brother Tragic. We got a few more people behind you. Okay. Let me ask you, give me what you think his numbers look like, bro. Give me a yardage and a touchdown versus interception ratio at the end of the year for Jameis Winston this upcoming year? Give me your prediction on what it looks like.
I see between 35 to 38 touchdowns, about 49 to 40, 600 yards, about 13 interceptions.
Wow. That's like top three. That's top three numbers in the NFL for Jameis right there. That would be fantastic to see who gets that. Who's your top wide receiver? Who gets all those passes? Would you say that's Mike Thomas? Ends up about 80, 90 catches on a year?
I think Mike Thomas has about 80, about 80, 90 catches. But
Okay.
I think you said increase in his touchdowns. So I think you're going to see which Traquan, for the amount of catches he has, his touchdown to catch rate is quite high. But what I think you're going to get. Remember when we used to hit the 45-yard line? That used to be like Peyton attack at the end zone.
Yeah.
Like he used to really assault the end zone. Like
Right.
when we would get like about around that 40
Right.
yard area.
Right.
Where he crossed the field. I think you're going to see the return of that once with Winston. That when we get to that 50 and 40-yard line, you're going to see the Saints back attacking that end zone from that spot.
Yeah, it'll be fan. The Saints got weapons all over the place. They ain't big name weapons. Thank you, Dada. He says, all I see with Jameis, defense will not be able to play lazy 10 yards, 25 yards off the ball, and good luck covering AK in 11 underneath. Yeah, Deontay Harris. Right, we have weapons. Thank you, Dada, for your super chat, my brother. Appreciate that. And wise words, because with all of the weapons, not big name weapons that the Saints know, and also what we add, remember Marquez Callaway and Deontay Harris, Jawan Johnson, these were all undrafted wide receivers that we brought on this team and turned into something. Could you imagine what the Saints find this year in the undrafted class? I mean, this field of this draft is like the Saints are super serious, as opposed to the few previous years. Obviously, they were just accentuating here or there with the draft, but this draft feels a lot different. They're taking this draft very seriously. It'll be interesting to see the moves that we make moving ahead. But the Saints offense, man, my goodness. Sean Payton had the fullback that improves. He be using them all over the field. And I think people are going to look past that as that's an underrated signing. You just simply have to do your research and look how Joe Brady was using Arma in the Panthers offense. Y'all will see a different thing. And I'm thinking Coach Payton, which that's a clone version of Coach Payton's offense Brady's running there. Coach Payton's going to use Arma in a similar fashion. And, of course, he have a blocking tight end in Burnett, who gave a 3-year deal to. That's all upon the running attack, to give to that running attack. So, Brother Tragic, I'm going to give you the flow, bro, and then we're going to move on, my friend.
Okay, like I said, I'm expecting an explosive offense. Like I said, it'll get more explosive. And also it's going to create room for Kamara also in the running game. He's not going to have to he's not going to see those safeties up as close as often as he was seeing the past 3 years.
Right.
It's going to provide him more room. He's probably going to see a bump up in his rushing yards also. And I just ended all that.
Man, it's going to be excellent. And you know what, Brother Tragic? Also, the Saints are not going to have that pressure on them. Tampa Bay is going to take all of the pressure of whatever. They're going to be back in the Super Bowl and all this kind of old stuff. The Saints are not going to have the pressure at all riding on them this year, because Tampa Bay with Tom Brady and all he done, they're going to act as a giant succubus to bring in all that light, all that publicity, all that stuff is going to be on Tampa Bay, so the Saints can fly underneath the radar as a young, dominant team, because they're going to be looking past us, because Drew going, the Saints ain't this, that, and the third with Drew, and the Saints going to go be the running attack and open up a vertical game. And I'm not going to sit up here and say we won't miss Drew, but there's still a lot of entertaining and really great football we're going to see coming up next year, offensively speaking. So, I mean, I'm just really enthused. But, Brother Tragic, great points as usual, my friend. Thank you for stopping by, my brother. Who that to you? And thank you, man. Great commentary.
Who that?
Who that? That's Brother Tragic chiming in from Texas. Much love to him and the family out there. We appreciate you. Brother Dada says, if the Saints hit on this draft and next year's draft and Winston on 27, that means we may be dangerous. And Brother Dada, thank you for the super chat again. That's what it's all about, to be honest with you, because remember, we got 2 drafts, this year's draft and next year's draft. Remember, we lost a lot of people this year. We were $100 million in the hole. Now, the upcoming year, you're going to lose and some people saying between 20 to 22 people next year for that. So these 2 draft cycles are going to be very important. So, listen, I'm just excited about what the Saints can do as an undrafted team as well. So we're going to bring in Brother DeWright. How you doing, Brother DeWright? Good to hear from you, bro. Welcome to the show.
What up, my man from Orlando? You know what's happening.
Yes,
You already
sir.
know.
Yes, sir, bro. Good to hear from you. How you doing out there?
I'm doing well, my man. Who that to you, and appreciate you guys, man. You and Sway and everybody, man. You guys make me proud, man. And I tell you what, it's an honor for me to call you guys brother, man. True that.
Same to you, Brother DeWright, man. Good to hear from you as always, my friend. Appreciate your support and all the great well wishing toward the family members coming right back at you, my friend. What's on your mind today, my brother?
Hey, man. With the last 2 brothers and it make me like find things to say because trust me, they covered so much ground.
Man.
So I'm just gonna touch on a few points. Let me do the PJ thing, and so I can get that out the way.
Okay.
I think PJ, if you watch PJ, he's always a step behind. And what that tells me is PJ don't do personal film study. He don't do personal film study on, just particular receivers and their quirks. You got to have that me time where you sit there and you do that personal study. If you playing against these 3 receivers and you know that, okay, he's a weapon, and this guy's a weapon. I need to spend an hour understanding the way this guy, you do his little moves or what have you, and so on and so forth. And you can tell because he's always 2 steps behind of what the guy's going to do. And that tells you right there, he lacks film study, not game study, but one-on-one film study. What makes your corners great is they do film study on every receiver they're going to face the week before. So they can understand that guy's quirks, his behaviors, his routes he run, what he look for, and so on. And, that's my personal opinion with PJ. If PJ did film study, then he can know, oh, okay, well, he's about to do his favorite move because I've studied it, I've watched it. So that's what I'm going to say on PJ. If you want to say much on that, that's just my personal opinion.
No, I think that's absolutely spot on, Brother DeWright. I mean, film study, that is something PJ damn sure need to do a lot more, understanding who he's facing. And scouting reports are available for the defensive backs of who they're going to be matching up against. And you got to know the guy's tendencies. If he chose to go right or go left, or, you got to understand that to know exactly. And from the analytics these guys get as well, they know exactly where each team offensively like to throw the ball to. They got it all broken down to a science. So you're absolutely right. Film study is a major part of some of the fundamental flaws in PJ's game. That's why I say it's just that taking more, a little bit more serious, like a lot more seriousness in your overall game is my criticism of PJ. He needs to do that more.
Right. I mean, and you can see that when the minute he gets on a field, I mean, all of us as Saints fans, the first thing we say is that PJ? And then the next thing we say is the quarterback going right at PJ.
Yep.
It never fails.
Matty Icyhot does it every time.
Every time. And for some strange reason, if you notice, Sean always puts him in the game when they're across on our side of the field, inside of the 40. I don't get that. You never see him when it's on their side of the field, on their 20. He's always in a lot of part on our side of the field. So the attack is either, first or sixth. There's no other options.
Okay.
So that's my thing on that. I'm going to be honest, Q. Man, this is the most, as far as the draft is concerned, we were, you know this because you've done it, I've done it. We would go into the Saints drafts, and we all would say, "What the hell is they doing? What's going?" That's our first response, man. However, in this draft, it's like it's a roadmap. We know exactly where you gotta go and what you gotta do and what you need. There is no guesswork. I mean, there is no guesswork. You know what you need. So if you're going to go lightweight as far as free agency, then we already know, okay, well, we know what you want to go get in the draft. And then you got 2/3 also. You can't help but come correct. If you come this time and say, well, we decided to go with the offensive lineman, we all go look at, okay, which one of us going to be showing up in the parking lot? Because it's going to have to be like that. I mean, this is the most obvious, to me, in my opinion, this is the most obvious draft. We all know what we need because of what we lost. And we all should be replacing what's to come in the future. Come on. We know that Demario Davis is not getting any younger. We know we need a linebacker. We know we need a stud. We know we need a speedster that can run from left to right, up and down, and coverage. Because everybody that we get in the draft this year can do nothing but complement the solid players that we already have. And when they leave, these boys step up and be those players.
Right. That's right.
And that's where I am on that, man. I don't want to say too much more about that. Give me your opinion about that.
I agree, bro. I mean, the next two drafts are going to be very, very important to the overall Saints club. I mean, next year we're going to be near similar, not exact the same cap hell that we were this year, but we still going to have some issues cap wise next year coming around too. It won't be as bad, but still in all, the game plan is moving over the next several years, especially these next couple of years, is to get players, good players for really cheap contracts and work the hell out of the draft, both draft and undrafted, build like that, and win on the strengths of the team, which is running attack and doing what we do. Now, the Saints have done a fantastic job in developing Deontay Harris. Eventually, Traquan Smith is arrived as a starting wide receiver. I don't know if the Saints move in a direction and pick up a wide receiver to unseat him. I think Sean Payton wants to see what he could do next to Mike Thomas because that was his original vision when he drafted him. And of course, Marquez Callaway fits well at the third wide receiver position. Big wide receiver, physical, not as scared to go across the middle, has speed.
And he nice, man. He real nice.
Saints did a wonderful job in finding Marquez Callaway. Jawan Johnson's another big guy with versatility. Could be a wide receiver. You can even play him at tight end. Big physical guy that can block really well. Big red zone target. So, I mean, and of course the Saints, adding Vanette, who will be a blocking tight end to go along with Adam Troutman, who they're expecting really big things from as well. And then, like I said, the Saints, offensively speaking, are good enough. Running attack, Coach Payton is going to use the running attack this year. Unlike, like what we seen in the 4 games against, when Drew was out, all the several games we seen the previous season when Teddy Bridgewater was in there. You seen Teddy Bridgewater play and win all those games. It was a lot of that was because of the balance of the Saints with the rushing attack. So expect
Q,
to see
how
us
long
go
you
back
been
to that.
Saying that, Q?
Been saying it for years, bro. 4 years.
How long you been saying, you know what? You got this boy that's sitting back there 41.
Mm-hmm.
And 41 is Reggie Bush, Deuce McAllister, Pierre Thomas, all mixed into one.
Right.
Because he has no fear of doing anything that any one of them did.
Right.
Then you got Murray, another monster. Run the ball.
Right. Right. And that's and that's right, because the Saints tried to trade Latavius. They didn't trade Latavius. They still have Latavius on the team. That's not saying they won't trade him, but perhaps they backed down off of that because they did carry 4 running backs. The original plan was to run that ball last year. The Saints had 4 active. They had 4 run, even though Dwayne Washington started the season on the roster. The Saints carried. He was hurt and didn't get available till later on. but they had 4 running backs, including the fullback, 5 altogether, but 4 running backs on the roster. They had an active roster. They had Kamara, then it was Latavius, then they had Dwayne Washington and Ty Montgomery, plus the fullback. So you had 4 running backs, and that was the plan last year. As you can see, early on, Coach Payton tried to stick to what he was doing the year before that, and we kept saying, run the ball. It'll work for you. He was trying to force the pass. But when he settled in and started running that ball, that pass came because you got the mindset of Coach Payton, because last year was a blessing in disguise, because what it did, it showed him how dangerous his running attack is. When he had several games of 200 yards or more, the 7 rush touchdown game, that broke open his mentality. Damn, we really that good? I've been saying that for years. The Saints running attack, and I was saying it, but before the season, their running attack is better than their passing attack. He's like, damn, Q, you got this, that, and the third. But if you're running the ball effectively with Kamara and Latavius or Ty Montgomery back there, who had a really good game at the back end of the season with Carolina when the entire running back room was C19'd out. The Saints, and that just show you the Saints offensive line, even when Hurst was in there, they could run block. And the Saints are a dangerous running team. And if you can channel that and stay disciplined with that and operate the play action off the back of that rushing attack, very few people can stop the Saints, because like Tragic said and a few other family members, the vertical game returns because Jameis's big arm.
Right. Speaking of Jameson, since we're going to open that up, bro, what a lot of people don't know and don't realize, this boy has a natural talent to be, and well, not to be, it's a natural talent to play quarterback. This is not something where they say, you know what, you might be good at this position. No, Q, he's good. Jameis is real good at QB. And it's something that I watched the other day. I watched an interview with him with the guy that played cornerback for the Pittsburgh Steelers on their little podcast. And Jameis, they asked him, why didn't you go to Alabama or Auburn when you had the chance? Because it's right in your backyard. You're from Alabama. Why did you choose Florida State? He said, well, Jimbo Fisher is a quarterback type coach. And with that being said, if my who that's out there is listening to what he's saying, if Jimbo Fisher is a quarterback type coach, it's easy for him to choose Sean Payton over going to those other programs. Why? Sean Payton is a quarterback type coach. Him and his QB become one person. And if you think about it, do you know what Sean Payton is going to do with Jameis? I got a quarterback that can roll out. I got a quarterback that can throw the ball on a run with velocity and deep accuracy. I got all that in one quarterback. Q, I see us doing. Do you remember how we always said back in the day, if you're going to beat the Saints, you got to score more than 35. That was easy for us.
Right. Yeah.
You remember them days?
Yeah, they roll over in the bed, get 30.
Right. And I see those days coming back, because guess what? Now everybody have to play honest. And you can't play. Think about this. Now you have an opportunity to watch Michael Thomas do double moves. Bruh, he do double moves and kill people. And not worry about the ball coming over the top to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This dude have an opportunity. As a matter of fact, you got Traquan on the other side. They got an opportunity now.
Right.
To do double moves, and the ball gets where it's going to travel. And I'm thinking, bro, I'm just sitting here licking my chops, because I'm like, man, Sean Payton can do so much with this kid. So much with this kid. He can do things now like, well, you know, I got this brother back there that can pick this thing up and fly around the corner and run this thing and throw it to the corner to somebody. Q, that's dangerous, because that's where the NFL is going these days.
True that.
So that's my opinion, Q. I'm going to leave that.
Well, DeWright, I tell you what, bro, I appreciate you, man, for chiming in on the show, man, as always, bro. Good to hear from you, bro. Good to hear from you.
Man, look, I love you boys. I be all that work going. Look, I'm going to be honest with you, Q. I'm a nurse, but I'll be sneaking all in the bathroom listening to the I'll be like, I can't say nothing, but I'm gonna listen to this podcast. Yeah, I love y'all, bro. I really do, man.
Same to you, my brother. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, man. I hope everything going well for you and the fam out there in Florida, my brother. And thank you
No
for your
doubt.
support, bro.
Love you guys, man. Who that?
Same to you, my brother. Much love to you. That's Brother DeWright, man. One of the best of the Great Saint Think Tank. Brother said he be hiding in the bathroom listening to the fam. Man, that's love, man. That is love, family. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about the Great Saint Think Tank, man. The Great Saint Think Tank is a family, man. I keep saying that. I don't loosely throw that around. I say family because I mean that. When people come in here, you got Jerry and everybody. I mean, listen, man, you know, Tyra and Demi, Lori and Tasha, all listen, and all the fellas, JT, Dada, Derek, Scoob, man, there's so many family members. Trey, Tramal. I mean, I'm just going off the top of my head right now. I ain't even looking at the chat, you know, but it's so many. Brother Donovan, you know, it's a Tory. It's so many great family members. And when we all come together and talk, the Great Saint Think Tank Muse, I mean, it's just some of the best people that you can ever meet, man. And they just together here, well-wishing, sticking together, praying for each other, having some fun, having dialogue. Man, listen, the Great Saint Think Tank is the truth, baby. And how could I forget Uncle Paulie to the mix and that as well in the Great Saint Think Tank, because Uncle Paulie is the man too. And he's the great the Great Saint Think Tank historian, and we're going to bring him on the show. Uncle Paulie, how you doing, fam? How you doing tonight, my brother?
Well, yeah, Q and family, we here, man.
What's up, my brother? How you doing tonight?
Oh, man, did a little run around with the wife. They had a little date day. I tell you, man, it does good. Boy, you keep your wife, girlfriend happy, you live a lot longer, fellas.
You better believe it. You better do it. You got to do
tell
it.
them, Q.
You got to make the ladies happy, man. You got to make the ladies happy, man.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
But listen, big ups to you, Uncle Paulie. I appreciate you chiming in, my brother. I know you got a lot to speak on, my brother, so the floor is yours, my friend.
Well, I appreciate you, Q. It's Sway wherever he at, and all the family, man. I tell you, man, it's just good to be here. But Q, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Why I've been sitting here, you know, like I said, I did some running around earlier, but I was sitting there listening to all the callers. You know what came to my mind, Q?
What's that, Brother Paul?
Jameis Winston is going to be our latter-day Archie Manning, and I'm gonna tell you why. A lot of us, didn't get to see Archie live, but we go see it at Jameis because the boy got it. Q, he can scramble, he can run. He could throw. If he's accurate on his throw while he's running, play action. Oh, Q, he's gonna eat the play action up because, like the few callers been saying, Deontay Harris will go take it deep out, man. Ooh, Michael Thomas, he ain't gonna get no 100 catches this time. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Trey Swift, he go get some ball. That tell you, but that passing attack deep, ain't nobody gonna want to tackle the Saints deep ball. I'm gonna tell you that, Q. What you think?
Yep. Hey, Brother Paul, the vertical game returns to the city of New Orleans, man. And it's been a while. Now, we did see Drew attempt to throw the ball beyond 40 yards a few games. He couldn't do it all the time, especially last year when we found reason why he couldn't push the ball down the field with broken ribs and torn rotator cuff. So he was impaired from doing that. But Jameis Winston is a guy that is known to make every throw. He gets out of trouble at times. And like I said, I'm really excited about the vertical threat, and a lot of people saying we need this, we need that. I don't think we need as much as you think we do offensively speaking, especially if the Saints are going to that rushing attack. You know, you look at the wide receiver core, you could bring in a veteran, Uncle Paulie, you can bring back Benny Fowler if you want. He can be a guy that can provide some veteran wide receiver ability. And look at what the Saints have wide receiver wise. With we're not talking about Traquan. You just mentioned Traquan, but I think Traquan he finally arrived, and he's going to be the complement to Mike Thomas, who's going to stretch that field. That's what Traquan was brought here to do. He's finally here to do it. So it's going to be fun watching him get deep and catch the deep balls from Jameis Winston. So you're absolutely right. Very happy to see the return of the vertical game consistently, Brother Paul, no doubt.
Ty Montgomery. I was y'all was talking. I'm thinking about him. If he's not going to be Sean Payton not going to allow him to be a factor. But I can understand with Kamara and Murray and all that. But at least put him in the wide receiver formation. Q. The boy can, the young man can catch. Now I got to get it to him, and then but make plays to where the guys can catch it and go for the end zone. Q. Not that you got to go down and wait for the ball. See, you're going to have, even go back to college. You have like wide receiver option plays. You know what I mean? But you got the guy, and if he's not open to, being able to check down, I think Winston's going to be good at that. We kind of lacked that with Drew at time, because, sometimes he had a tendency to try to key on Michael Thomas too much in games, and Jared Cook and all that. But now, you ain't gonna be able to just key in on one player because it's not gonna be wise, Q. Because during the game, defenses get smart, start double teaming one guy and start zoning another. Then you got to find somebody to come over the middle, and that's where Trotman gonna come in, And the new guy Vanette, he's gonna get some catches. I mean, I see the ball going around to a lot of people. It's gonna be hard to cover all the people. The defensive coordinator is gonna be scratching their head, Q. I'm telling you.
Yeah, Brother Paul, I'm going to address that in a minute because that's very valid. Let me say this right quick, my brother. Big ups to Tasha. Thank you for the super chat. She says, let's send up prayers for Brother JT. His mom is at the hospital right now. So JT is one of the greatest of the Great Saint Think Tank. Brother that's always on, showing great support and commentary. Let's send blessings and love to JT's mother. JT, blessings to you, my friend. For you and your mother in a hospital, that everything comes through righteously and healthily. So much love to you, my friend. All the blessings and love from the world that we can bestow upon you, my brother, to you and your family. So thank you for being here, and much love and praise and blessings going to the supreme health and the optimal health of your mother. So thank you, Tasha, for that. And thank you for letting me know that I had no idea. But thank you, JT. Appreciate you, brother. And much love to you. Also, just to comment on what you said, Uncle Paul, I think you're absolutely right, man. We going to see a different unit in terms of like offensively speaking. I'm just vertically loving it. The running attack returns is something that we've been promoting and preaching for years. For me personally, for years, running the ball, we're going to see that. The defensively speaking,
that's so true. That's so true. Because like I said, much love to JT and his family. Hope everything works for him. But Q, it's not gonna be like it was with Drew. Not taking up for Drew, but Q, opposing defenses do that. God forbid, say it's got second and long, but third and long, fourth and short, they knew they could stack that box, and you knew the Saints had very few options of trying to give it the ball, taste of here. He gets 1 2 yards, that's all we need. He gets knocks for a 5, 6, 7, 8 yard loss, trying to do too much, trying to run a screen and then get a penalty, all that kind of stuff. See, with Winston Q, Sean Payton can't be calling them kind of plays. He's gonna have to open that playbook up a whole lot more than what he's been. And like you say, I'm with you on that. Let Pete Carmichael call the play. You just be a head coach, monitor every area of the team, and let Pete run that. I think Pete and Jameis Winston gonna make a great team if Sean Payton get out the way. What you think?
Yeah, I think that's coming. I mean, I think that's definitely coming if you ask me. With him, with Drew Brees no longer there, I mean, who could he over rely on? Nobody. So, I mean, he has to go back to the fundamentals, which is running the ball. So I think what you was asking for, Brother Paul, you about to get. There is no Drew's retired, so there's no one he can over rely on to a fault. So he would have to play it to the running attack and then ultimately, open up the passing. So we would get everything that we've been promoting for the last, I don't know how many years. that I've been kicking this spiel about
At
that, but
least 8, Q. At least 8. Not
it's been a
mention the
while.
4 playoff fail, but at least 8 years. It's
We,
really been struggling, boy.
right, and I agree. I think that it changes. Coach Payton will then you'll see a coach similar to what you've seen with the Teddy Bridgewater games when you seen him calling the running attack, using the running attack and having a balanced attack there. I mean, it's just a part of it. When you run the ball, it just balances everything. Especially the Saints are so dominant in running the football. It's ridiculous how good they are. But like I said, it helps out everything. It controls the clock. And it steals possessions away from your adversaries. It keeps your defense from getting too tired, and they can fire off the line and make things happen. So I mean, it's just a tremendous move. So I think Coach Payton does sink back into what you see, Brother Paul, where he won't over rely on Drew.
I tell you something. Let's go have Q with having Winston's new starting quarterback. You're gonna see less of that Taysom Hill RPO package. You may get it every now and then. Now it's gonna be sprinkled in. Ain't gonna be something he's gonna rely on heavily. And I tell you something else. You're gonna see even more Aaron Kamara catching the ball in the slots and whatnot. Watch.
Yeah, it could be, like based on what we do in this draft, because there are a lot of components that we have here that we can do. And I can see the Saints kind of gearing up for the draft, to make some moves. They got a lot of draft picks. I think they, take most of them, if not all of them, they draft. And these guys will be, on the team. So I really do think the Saints see this as a deep draft, and they're going to load up and get some positions. But we'll have to have patience with this team. You know what I'm saying? You'll have complementary pieces here, but I think the Saints going to rely on some of those most stable guys, Alvin Kamara, Mike Thomas. You got a Jameis that's not a rookie. He's in the middle of his career. Those young weapons like Traquan Callaway, Deontay Harris, and who else we find? Adam Troutman. Alex Armah, the fullback we brought in. That's going to be a big plus. The defense with Cam there. Does Davenport, see, there are questions here too. Does Davenport step up and have his Trey Hendrickson imitation? Does he step up? Where does Carl Granderson fit in the mix? Could he steadily keep his incline to play to run better? He gets to he does a decent job of pass rushing, but he has to also clean up and get better at run protection, meaning to make sure he don't over pursue to open up lanes for running backs or quarterbacks to escape out on the side of him. So, we'll see how that all shapes up. And DeMario, some family members said great things about DeMario, is that perhaps we need some insurance policy there with DeMario in case if something happened, you really don't have a replacement. If DeMario gets hurt, there is nobody that you can
say it about.
that is. I mean, even if Cam goes down to a degree, you can kind of clean that up, but Demario Davis goes down, there is nowhere you can turn to even get close to his level of production or intelligence. Not saying that they're stupid players, but the closest guy underneath him is
for Eddie for time. Oh man, you talking about
right? And you got a 3-year and brother Paul, you have a 3-year contract on Demario Davis, and it's 3 years on Cam Jordan's contract. So you might be, it might behoove you to see if you can bring in somebody that, just in case, who can learn, to play next. And people say, Q, that's Kwon Alexander. Yes, there is Kwon Alexander, but he hasn't proven to be a guy that can remain healthy. So he's a temporary fill-in. So we'll see, man.
You get hurt again this season. You sure right, Q.
Right.
We play tendencies, Q. People don't realize that when you get tendencies of being hurt, tendencies of being a disciplinarian problem, it's hard to get. I'm not saying players can't turn new leaves and get their nose clean and get their head on straight and do better and even excel to even different, play at a different higher level and whatnot. But it's hard, Q. That's the exception. It ain't the norm. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like you said, Malcolm Roach, now that Malcolm Brown is out of the picture and Sheldon Rankins, he's going to have to step up. Zach Ball is going to have to find out where he's going to fit in because Q. I really don't want to see him be another Alex Anzalone. Not so much as injury wise, but just like I said, being late on the play, being 2-3 steps behind the guy, getting beat on the inside by the tight end and all that kind of stuff. That gets you on the bench, Q. What you think?
That's true. I mean, I most certainly agree with you on that, Brother Paul. I don't want to see a replay of what Alex Anzalone looked like last year. With no, and that's with a player that looks like with no passion, firing off, worried about getting hurt. And we've seen
Right.
it. We've seen that, and I don't want to see that. And I know Zach Bowen is really raw, and he has some pluses on the special teams. But um, we need to see more of Zach Bowen because I'm not, even though I know Coach Payton them got him, moved up to get him with the 3rd round selection. So they in visualizing him being the guy next to Demario Davis because of his athleticism to move around, to blitz when they need him to blitz, cover tight ends, cover running backs out of. They say he has that amount, that kind of athleticism to do that. So, I mean, will he be up to speed to do that? I still say that it wouldn't be wrong if the Saints did get an insurance policy. Not really, and some family members saying KJ Wright. I wouldn't be upset. Quan Alexander's a guy that they liked, that they wanted to bring back. I think they get him at a price. But once again, he's not totally healthy right now. So we'll see exactly how it all goes and which direction they go. But you got to look at it. The team is underneath the youth movement right now, most simply.
Right? He's close to his 30s too, ain't he? If I'm not mistaken.
I think he's I want to say, let me check and see how old he is, Brother Paul. But I think he's still in his 20s, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check on that. Way.
27, 28. I don't think he's too far from 30.
Yeah, but that's what it come down to. It's like we have a few things that we gotta watch out for.
And you're right, Q. To me, I don't see the harm and y'all pay the big
26
going in there on draft day. Okay, well that's good. Hey, that's still young, Q.
Right.
But like I said, if injuries start mounting up,
that is
26 feeling like you 36, Q.
That's true too.
You know how that is too.
Right.
But like I say, I don't see the harm in going to that Q and start building. Sean Payton, with his tenure there, he's always trying to focus and keep the offense, kind of balanced and chickling players here and there. But now he's really going to have to really put a lot of focus on that defense. I'm not saying, do like Carolina did, go in the draft and draft a bunch of defensive players, but ain't nothing wrong with getting another defensive end, defensive tackle, linebacker, corner, and a safety. Ain't nothing wrong with that, Q. What you think?
Well, I mean, there is definitely needs. To be honest with you, Brother Paul, this year and going into the next year, the Saints really, man, they can go in a lot of different directions in this one, man. Like I said, in both drafts, because there are going to be a lot of people between now and even next year that's going to be transitioning. So, like I said, this year's draft, and undrafted market, and next year's draft will basically be the stalwart for the next 5 years. These 2 drafts, this year and next year's draft, are going to be the drafts that take the team into the future. Because we really going to focus on, because it's the urgency.
It feels critical, Q.
It does.
It feels critical.
It does.
And I'm gonna say this: Loomis you can only go so many times to a particular player every year and restructure their contract and have them take pay cuts. They're just not gonna keep flying. What you think?
That's true too. And you keep pushing their money. I mean, sooner or later you're gonna have to divulge yourself from them, because you can only do so many pay cuts before you ultimately say, okay, we got to release or trade these guys. And then my point is, I knew we was doing cap gymnastics like that because we was pushing the chips to the center of the table, saying we playing for a big blue chip. But, not saying we're not playing for a Super Bowl title right now, but we've been given an opportunity after that disastrous $100 million year to actually move the team financially feasibly into the future by doing the correct actions, so we don't have to arrive at this point again. We could take the drafts very seriously over the next several seasons. We can make wise signing of veterans and bringing them on the team that won't break the team. We probably won't see a Drew Brees type contract from our quarterback. If we were able to draft a quarterback and, let's say, groom him behind Jameis, if you gave Jameis a 3-year contract, we can be able to then draft a quarterback underneath Jameis, where we can be able to use the guy to kind of learn over the next 2 or 3 years. And then when Jameis goes, or we move on from Jameis, you can slide right into this quarterback and still not have to spend 20 plus or whatever it is million like we had to spend on Drew over these many years. And a lot of the Drew Brees money in the next few years is going to fall off, which is going to open up some stuff too. So, I mean, we can do it a little differently than what we did it the previously. We were a little bit a lot irresponsible with our funds. That's why we sitting up at 100 million this past year, had to come all the way down. But I mean, if we do it the correct way, which is the smart way, is building through the draft, and we're really good at that. Jeff Ireland is one of, if not the best in the game, and finding talent in all manners, all areas of the draft. We should be fine. So the next 2 years, solid drafting, good undrafted signings, we should be still viable, have a very young and very capable team of competing with key veterans at certain positions. Kamara, Thomas is there. Then you have Jameis sitting on top. You got Cam there, DeMario there. You still got Jenkins, Marshon re-ups, and then you get a compliment next to him. With smart moves and role players signed fiscally, we can keep this going for the next 5+ years. But we have to have the mindset going forward to do that. So I think, yeah, it is a certain urgency, Brother Paul. You called it. Looking at the draft, bro. So you're right. Definitely. We got to hit on these next couple of drafts.
You know, you right as rain, Q. You just can't keep fooling around with this, you know. But like I said, I heard the other caller there. He was talking about how he sees Winston gonna be better than Matthew Stafford. Q, I'm gonna go even further than that. Mark my words that Jameis Winston, barring injuries and barring him, he might have some struggles, but not so struggle to it's just he looked terrible and he had to be benched or whatever.
Right.
But watch how he go have a better season than Cam Newton and Teddy Bridgewater. Because when Teddy B, his days is numbered in Carolina because I can't see them keeping him even as he's going to have to take a pay cut. They're not going to keep him as a second or third string making no $20 million. How many quarterbacks in the league you going to see doing that? I just don't see Carolina doing that. And for with Cam Newton, to me, New England is rebuilding, and it just, you see, they just only gave him a 1-year contract. So
Right.
his days is numbered there too. Watch him have a better season. That's when Jamie Wilson have a better season than both guys put together. Now watch what happens.
Yeah, listen, you're right, James. And like I said, there's no pressure on Jameis Winston. Of course, there's, you know, like, and I mean big pressure on Jameis. You know, the NBA, the NFL is not saying, oh, Jameis got to do this, that, and the third. No, Jameis is not going to. These are big shoes to fill for any quarterback to replace a Hall of Famer first ballot like Drew Brees is. You know, but the great part about it is the large majority of the family base is behind Jameis. You know, he done proved himself to be admirable and an improvement upon what he was at his Tampa Bay days. It's not a fair comparison to make to say that Jameis Winston is similar to what he was when he was a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. No, he has undergone severe changes from a maturity standpoint, from getting married, a lot of stuff. But if you see the newness, the refreshment, the focus, the love that he feels for Drew, a lot of people didn't know he felt that way about Drew Brees, that he was that close with Drew Brees when he said what he said, almost got teary-eyed, almost like Drew Brees had transitioned. Right.
That was very hard for him.
Right.
Faking that.
No. And that's what a lot of people like, damn, I didn't know Drew meant that. But see, this not this year. Jameis and Drew been friends for years. Jameis would call Drew and get advice from Drew Brees. That's one of the main reasons, besides Teddy Bridgewater telling him to come to New Orleans to sit with Drew Brees and get that 1 year university teaching underneath Drew. Now it's Jameis's time. Taysom is going to have difficulty unseating to getting that starting job as long as Jameis is healthy. He's going to win that job.
That's the only way I see Taysom Hill get on the field next year as quarterback is if Jameis has to really, really struggle to stick up the joint or he gets hurt for any amount length of time. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
But we hope neither happens. But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree with you, Brother Paul. And the truth is, for our Taysom family members out there, don't feel bad if Taysom does lose the quarterback job, because Coach Payton's still going to run the Taysom Hill packages. He's not going to just relegate Taysom to the bench. I mean, he has 3 active quarterbacks. He has a veteran quarterback, Trevor Siemian, that's probably going to start if he don't find somebody else there to compete with him. But Taysom is still going to run his packages. Taysom is going to still do this, that, and the third, because he makes too much money to just sit there on the bench. I mean, so he's going to get his opportunity to get in there and play as well. But the Saints, I'm telling you, we're not going to be asking Jameis to do great, become Tampa Bay Jameis. He merely has to just be a manager and take his shots when the time comes. The team is so talented, offensively speaking, with the running attack and the up and coming wide receivers, that we don't need to press Jameis Winston to be a game, to do things that he's not comfortable with do. He just comfortably sits back there, run the ball, operate with the play action, which he's really good at play action, by the way. The Saints will be fine, and it will be more exciting because we get that aspect of the vertical game going. We just have to monitor the defense, make sure the pass rush is still there, and we get the proper components in the secondary so we don't give up big plays or get gashed deep. That's my major. I'm not really worried about Jameis. I think Jameis is going to be fine. I think our offense is going to be fine. My concern is the secondary and the edge rush position, because those are too important to me. What do we do with the secondary? We still don't have a starting cornerback opposite of Bladdy Daddy. Casey Hayward is out there. A favorite is A.J. Abuyaye. I know y'all don't like him, but he's still out there. Malcolm Butler is no longer out there. He got picked up. So they got other guys. I think those are some of the starting level guys, like Richard Sherman, and there's out there. So what we do there, and I still say we need to get another cheap veteran in that cornerback room as well. And then in the draft comes, we hit it again. So I mean, like I'm saying, secondary and edge rusher are two very serious concerns of mine going into the season. I think the offense will be fine. Coach Payton picking up his people cheap. With Vanette and that fullback from Carolina. Those were key moves to help the running game. So, I mean, I like that. But, Brother Paul, I'm going to give you the flow for your last comment. My friend, I got Byron right behind you, my brother. Great call from you, Brother Paul.
Well, I was just sitting here thinking, it's very rarely has it happened in NFL history that you have a quarterback that comes like Joe Montana. Then when it was time for the changeover, Steve Young came in and played phenomenal. Same thing with Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. Who would have thought Aaron Rodgers would play the way he is? And he's a future Hall of Famer. So very rarely have you seen, a Hall of Famer, get replaced by a future Hall of Famer. And if Jameis Winston plays cards right, you just never know, Q. You just never know. But he's due for greatness, and I think he's due for a breakout. Because if you think all the turbo he did with Tampa Bay, threw for 5,000 yards, I think a lot of people forget that, Q.
Yeah.
If he could have just did like a 30-20 or 30-15 as far as touchdown interception ratio, he wouldn't be in New Orleans. I really believe that. So we were blessed. We were blessed to get Drew with his situation. I think we were blessed to get, Jameis Winston the same way. What you think?
That's a great point, Brother Paul. That's a fantastic point, is that we get a guy that threw, last time he was a starter, he threw 30 touchdowns and 30 plus touchdowns, 30 interceptions, 5,000 yards, led the NFL in passing that year. What made it ugly and made people make fun of him is the fact that he had a lot of interceptions. But you're right, if it was 15 interceptions, Jameis Winston, even if Tampa had decided to get Jameis Winston and kept him, and brought Tom Brady there, I don't think we would have been able to get him. So, I mean, it was definitely, I agree with you, it's definitely a blessing in disguise, because he's 1 year removed from that. He's been totally healthy, best shape of his career, and he has some weapons here. He got an offensive line and a running game that he rarely had in Tampa. They had some pretty decent backs, but most of them would get hurt. Right. They couldn't consistently maintain a running attack. The strategy was, off balance, off kilter. But with Coach Payton running the running attack and establishing the play action, that fits Jameis's game to a T. And we're not asking for Jameis to be Hollywood Jameis Winston. We just be game manager Jameis Winston. So
right, Q. And look how many offensive coordinators he's had. How people forgot that.
Oh, yeah.
In Tampa Bay. He keep changing people. I mean, Brian Leftwich, you kidding me?
Yep.
I'm quite sure he's not better than Pete Carmichael. Trust me.
No, I don't think so. Leftwich has his game, but
like
no.
You say, Tampa Bay is one of the luckiest teams in the world, because any other way, that wasn't going to turn out that way. But I ain't worried about it, Q, because you can write this down. Tom Brady's going to miss at least 5 games next year because of injuries. Because, like you said, it's going to be too much pressure on him now. Well, somebody's going to want to take him down. I'm telling you, they're tired of Tom Brady now.
Well, I hope it's one of our guys that, some of our guys, because we bust them up, knocked them around in the last 2 matchups in the regular season. We just didn't get it together in that. But I think that a lot of that changes. Listen, like I said, family, Coach Payton is, it's to be said, like Brother Paul mentioned this earlier in the family, about Coach Payton's, at times, his over-reliance on Drew to a fault. That won't happen this year. You're going to see Coach Payton rely a lot on that running attack and get that play action going that opens that vertical attack. So, like I said, a lot of things we've been saying for years, you're not going to see a lot of that because Coach Payton is not comfortable with them at that point. It's going to take some time. But listen, this is going to be a very good season. The Saints' strengths are running the ball. And stopping the run, that's a bit different because you're missing some components there. So that's why I'm saying I'm looking more at the defense than I am at the offense. I think the offense is ready to roll, to be honest. You can add a few little role players and a veteran like Benny Fowler. You can bring him back. But the Saints offense, in my opinion, they had another tight end there, as a backup. Maybe, they'll get an offensive lineman to add some depth behind it. But you'll see the shifting of Ruiz to the center position. McCoy moves to the guard position. Pete's there. He's healthy. You got Armstead back. You got Ryan Ramczyk. Hopefully they get that extension done. So the Saints are solidified at the top 5 with Hurst coming on as your top backup. So the Saints offensive line, is already solved. The running attack is already there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying the offense right now is good. Now you can say, Q, if Terrace Marshall Jr. fall to you, if that happens, or people asking me, Q, if Terrace Marshall Jr. from LSU fall to you, if ETN from Clemson fall to you, what you do? I say if those guys fall to you, you got to take those guys. You got to take them. You got to. You can't pass on a Terrace Marshall Jr. You cannot pass on an ETN. And they say, Q, what if J.C. Horn's there? What if Ashanti Samuel Jr. is there? What if Greg Newsom's there? What if, a few other guys is there? And I say to you, listen, those guys are fantastic, but listen, ETN is easily one of the top 10 best players, and he is a game-altering player. So if he falls to you at 28, which is ridiculous, you got to grab that guy because that's like having another Kamara on the team. Coach Payton you wouldn't be able to stop the offense. You got 2 Kamaras running around. Brother Paul, could you imagine 2 Kamaras running around on the team? I mean, that won't happen. That won't happen.
To me,
I don't think he falls there.
Passed on. It was Hilaire, but I think Etienne got more speed than it was Hilaire do.
And that's if you watch, and I've been watching Etienne for a while, and I was like to myself, like, man, this dude is, but I don't think he gets there. That's wishful thinking that he falls to you at 28. There is, I'm just gonna be honest, and I see some, but that's
you had guys real high, dropped the second, third round.
You got a point. Wow. You got a point. It just would be kind of unrealistic of me to think that perhaps Terrace Marshall does drop because they're not talking about him as a top 5 wide receiver. They're saying he's going in the second round. But that to me is crazy because they really undervaluing him big too. You get him, you got to take him because he sets you right with Mike Thomas, and then you can still have Traquan there. It just sets it all up and gives you even more explosion to your offense if those type of big-time playmakers fall to you. So we should get a gamer at the 28th pick if we stay there. But I still say at the end of the day, the Saints will have a phenomenal and very solid draft this year. We're going to get some players. I just want 2 players I wish we would get. I wish we get the kid from Texas. I like him a lot, Ellinger. Hopefully we pick him in the 3rd round or something like that. I think he'll be a fantastic pickup. He's a Drew Brees clone type guy. Yeah, right, so we're going to see, man. It's going to be quite interesting to see how it all shapes. But bro,
yeah, baby. I think you're cute, man. I'm just hoping we can get a training camp, Q. I think that's going to be important. What you think?
Well, we didn't get any stoppage, any big stoppage this past NFL season, which was a blessing. We went on through. Now, they had a few people that had some tests and stuff like that, but for the most part, you didn't see it stop the NFL season. They still were able to adjust and do it. So I got to give them a lot of credit for that they were able to go through all this stuff and still keep the season and even complete the season on time. So, I mean, that is think about it, because the NBA still is trying to get where the NFL is. They're trying to get back to their regular time frame as well to get back where they belong. So, I mean, the NFL has done an absolute terrific job dealing with the C-19 stuff. And my hope is they can continue to keep doing what they're doing and making the precautions. And Coach Payton approached it last year really excellently, self-isolation and that sort of thing. And we just have to keep that mentality going. But listen, we should be fine.
Oh Oh yeah, but just like I said, we don't need the more confusion out of Kamar. Whatever they tell you to do it, bro. Don't keep doing this, man. But like you said, back in the day, you hurting the team, you know that get you cut quick, fast, in the hurry. You play football, you know.
Yeah, they don't play. Now, if you're a guy, if you're a star, they'll give you some more, they'll give you a lot of leeway if you're a star because they got a lot invested in you. Like that's why Kamara know how much room he can play around and do. He said, "No, I can do this. I know they ain't gonna, I can say this. I know they ain't gonna do me nothing. I'm 60% of the offense. What they gonna do?" But that all changes a degree when anything else moves out of the way. Well, brother Paul, once again, bro, thank you for popping in on this one, my brother. Who that to you?
Yeah. And who that to y'all? Blessings to y'all. Keep on keeping on. Keep doing a great job, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for popping up. Who that to you?
Who that to y'all?
All right. That's brother Paul popping in, man. Much love to brother Paul, man. Appreciate brother Paul for popping in on the live stream. Much love to him, man. Fantastic commentary there by brother Paul. We're going to bring in brother Byron. Brother Byron, what's happening? How you doing, brother? How you feeling today?
What's going on, Q? What's doing, bro?
Oh, doing good, my brother. How you feeling, man? Sending some well wishes out there to brother JP. His mom, his JT, his mother's in the hospital. He took his mom to the hospital. So much love and sending blessings to JT and his family, man. Wishing him and his family much love, man.
Yeah,
But what's on your mind, brother Byron? What's going on with you, bro?
Yeah, oh, it's all good, man. I mean, I was just going to tell you. I was going to say the same thing. My prayers go out to his family and everything. His mother. Hope she make it healthy and hope that she get well soon and hope she get better and everything. And hope that she get back on her feet and hope she get back home real soon.
Right, and that's right, brother Byron. Yeah, we just well wishing to him, man. Anytime, especially in the age we dealing in right now with all this stuff out here, man, running around, man. It's a shame, but man, blessings to all the family members that's dealing with this stuff, man. And listen, man, I just want to send all the prayers and blessings that we possibly can to all the family members out there that's dealing with this difficulty, because this is it's just major issues, but we're going to get through this stuff one way or the other, family. So y'all just keep y'all heads up, stay prayed up. We're going to be fine. So much love once again to brother JT and his mother, man. Much love.
Absolutely. I just want to mention about everything in the news around, with Marshon Lattimore, got arrested last night in Cleveland. I know it's a really sad, I mean, not sad, well, it's a bad news I'm hearing about what happened to him, got arrested for the gun property and everything. The other three guys got involved and got charged and everything. I know it's a difficult situation I'm hearing about this, but it's my first time what they meant about Lattimore, got, in a traffic stop thing, and I'm not really think that it's a cool thing for him. But I know he never got in trouble like this before. But I know it's a situation that they're trying to figure out why it happened though. But I think that the purpose that I know is so much going on and everything, but they're trying to get up more information and the update with him and the other three guys and this gun thing he has stolen and everything. But I think Lattimore is a good person. He's a good player and everything. I think that he never get in so much trouble like he used to do. But I think that the reality is that I think that Lattimore is always as a man that he always be more reasonable about how he gotta be as a person and not trying to get involved for something that he never did till now. But I don't know what's going on, with this that I'm hearing about. But I think that I hope that everything dropped the charges on him and I hope they can get back to the team and hope that they can put to the side and hope that everything get back where it belongs. But right now, I don't know what's going on, for now. But I think that I hope Lattimore figure out a way and see his senses and hope they could get everything back in his own, as a player that he could be.
Yeah, you're right, brother Byron. I mean, That's a tough one, with him going, what's happening with him with that. And they said it was a misunderstanding. Hopefully, and the lawyer sounds pretty confident, and we'll get more details as this thing goes. But anytime you're riding in a car with other people, and he was a passenger in the car, and they find weapons in the car. I'm hearing the reports saying there was 2 weapons. One was a dirty pistol that was in the car, and now they, and I don't know if it appears that the whoever owns it are not claiming it. So that's a whole nother matter. But yeah, you gotta be careful, especially if you're a celebrity. When you go back and if you're not in control in the environment where you're going, you got to be careful of that. Now he could be facing something, and a lot of people think he's gonna be fine, but you never know how this shakes. You never know how this might shake. So hopefully everything works out fine. But this is just one of those teaching moments, man, where you just got to have better sense next time. So I think Laddie Daddy pretty smart. He eat fish. He's fishes. He lives on igloo. He lives in the igloo. He eats. He cuts holes in the ice behind his igloo, and he eats a lot of fish, which is brain food. So we already know Laddie Daddy is a very intelligent dude. So, I mean, this is just one of those moments you just got to learn, man. This is a learning moment for the brother. So I think he'll be fine when it's all said and done.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be okay, though. I think that, like I said, he's got to watch the people he hang around with, though, man. They're not your friends, though. I mean, because I think that you can't make friends that not going to be your friends, going to be your enemies. You know what I'm saying? But I think that Lattimore need to understand that when you get into so much that you don't supposed to be, messing around with, it's gonna get more personal than it is, though. And I think that Laddie Daddy need to realize that, because he's a man, though. But as a man, as a person, as a player, no matter what, you gotta stay yourself out of trouble so you don't get involved in this kind of situation that you're in right now. But I think that, to me, that informant, he needed watch when you're not gonna do things wrong and not gonna mess up your whole career, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what Lattimore, they look at that, though. He needs to see himself in the mirror and see what kind he is, or who he is, and who not he is, though.
Mm-hmm.
But when you know it is, you can't mess things up. Mm-hmm. It's gonna affect the team more than yourself. And I know it's so obvious, but you gotta look at that, because everybody's looking at it and seeing everything the way how it's not supposed to go. And I just think that Lattimore needed to look at and monitor that, though. But he needs to stay himself focused about football, but not make things worse.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, he had no idea that it was in there until they stopped him. So, I mean, we can, they're still looking at it. So, but his attorneys think that he'll be fine. So, but yeah, this definitely a teaching moment, man. To be real with you. Anytime you were on it in somebody else's vehicle, you don't know what they got in there. And then it turns out they pull over and find 2 weapons in the car. One of them a dirty pistol. And then you looking at them like, who's that for? I don't know. And then everybody saying, I don't know. The police like, it belong to one of y'all. So everybody might have to get this charge until we can certain, and that's a shame. But, like I said, this is a teaching moment for a Laddie Daddy to get that around. So we most certainly didn't like to hear this, but I think ultimately at the end of the day, I think he'll be vindicated. I think he'll be clear to this stuff. It's not his pistol. I can tell you that much. I know Laddie Daddy. I know it ain't his damn pistol. So we all know that.
Oh, no, indeed. I think, like I said, I think the guys probably set him. I think these 3 guys probably set him up, because I think, to me, that you gotta know that you can't trust somebody you can't trust, and you can't believe with somebody going use you or going to go against you. But the order is that Lattimore, he didn't know what's going on until he know now when they arrest him, though. But I think that I'm saying is, it's not for him that he claimed that gun when he stole the property. It's the other 3 guys who was involved with it. And that's what I'm saying. They press charge on the guys instead of Lattimore, though. So that was good right there. But I think to me, they could drop the charges on Lattimore, so he ain't got about going to jail for something he didn't do. You know what I'm saying? And I think, to me, that if they could just let him go, then that'd be good for us. But I don't want things gonna be bad and say, oh yeah, he got into this, but it's not the thing he did someday for granted though.
Right.
I think it was a big mistake that caused this for Lattimore, and I think that Lattimore don't know exactly what's next for him though. But I'm saying is he know that he had did something strange to get himself into this mess. You know what I'm saying? And I think to me if the police officers, it could just listen to Lattimore what he had to say about it, it could just clear everything and everything be back the way it belongs.
Yeah, well, I think that's coming, bro. I mean, I think that's something that we should hear. You know, we'll get more of the particulars. You know, this is slowly developing, but we'll figure it. I think ultimately, you're right. But you know, they got to go through the process to make sure everything is what it is, and then I think eventually it will get to that point. But like I said, it's a big learning lesson, a life lesson, man, of deciding on, moving forward, man. You know, that's a big lesson to get right there. But I think he'll learn that and get smarter.
Yeah, and I think he's gonna be more, mindful. I know he keeping his head up and everything. I know he's trying to worry about football and everything. That's what he's looking at right now, getting back to the team and everything. But I'm so excited about Jameis Winston though, bro. I always believe in Jameis right now. I know he's gonna be the starting quarterback for the Saints. I don't see Taysom gonna pick the job there. He's still gonna be a switch arm and knife and everything. I just think Jameis Winston is gonna be the quarterback. He know he got the tools. You know he got the skills. He got the ball. He can throw deep and everything. I'm so happy for him. I'm so excited for Jameis Winston to get an opportunity to be the starting quarterback and everything. I'm looking forward to him have a good year of the season. And I know he's going to have a good offense, a line, and a running game with Kamara and Latavius Murray in the backfield and Michael Thomas and such on. And I think Sean Payne going to develop Jameis more better than he never had when he was in Tampa, you know what I'm saying? Because when he was 2019, he never had a running game like he used to have. But now when you were with the Saints right now, you're going to have a stoppable running game. You're going to have a balanced running game. You're going to have a tremendous team around you and everything. You like I said, you're so amazed about you look up to Drew Brees and everything. That was a blessing right there, though, bro. I mean, I think that Jamie was like he was about to cry in tears, man, when he said about Drew Brees is the best quarterback of all time. He is a damn best quarterback of all time because Drew Brees is a Hall of Fame, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? You learn everything from a quarterback that you could do everything and replace him and everything. And I think Jameis Winston the sky's the limit for Jameis Winston right now, bro. I'm so happy right now that Jameis Winston finally to get his chance to do what he could do, and I'm looking forward that he's gonna have a bright year in 2021, bro.
I agree. I think this is a great opportunity for Jameis to rekindle his career in New Orleans. He'll get a supreme opportunity to do just that and more. And like I said, the pressure of him filling in for Drew, he's ready for that challenge. And I think with him being refreshed, he's going to show a lot of people up. And then, of course, Tragic and Uncle Paulie, they were looking at some really good stats, and some of them saying up to almost 5,000 yards and 30-plus touchdowns. I mean, he's definitely capable of that. He stays healthy. You can see him getting every bit of that. And remember, it's a Sean Payton wide-open offense. When you got the access to the running attack, you got weapons like Deontay Harris and Elvin Kamara. You got Adam Troutman, who's going to be a big part of the offense there. Mike Thomas going to be fully healthy. Traquan stretching it out as well. So if you got a vertical attack, I don't expect him to have no less than 4,000 yards. If he's healthy at the end of the year, Jameis can have anywhere between 4,200 to 4,800 yards of passing offense if he stays healthy with the Saints' wide open passing attack. You're looking at north of 30 touchdowns. This is Sean Payton's offense now. And if he's starting for the full season, this is what it's going to look like. Especially if he can stretch the field, he might crack 5,000. So, I mean, this could be, and a lot of people are undervaluing what it is. But Sean Payton, wide open offensive attack with a deep ball thrower at every level. I mean, this is going to be it's going to be something special to watch. It's going to be coming back to the throwback days when we got a little bit vertical when we want to. So we're going to have that threat, that dangerousness of being able to do that. And plus, when you can go deep, that backs them safeties off, that gives the Kamara a room to work underneath. You can hit him with Latavius if he's still on the team. So, I mean, we have a lot of options, man. It's a lot of space on that field when we can throw that ball around, and we got a lot of players moving and shaking. So, like I said, we're gonna be a team a lot of people are not looking at because they're gonna be looking at Tampa. But in the end, Byron, you're absolutely right, man.
Hey man, hey, and you know how it is though, Q. When you mess with the Saints, you in trouble. And I can tell you one thing, I promise you from the bottom of my heart and soul, and nobody want to face this kind of offense that we got right now in front of us. When you got Jamie Winston, you got Taysom Hill, Thomas, you got Nick Bandit that we just signed a couple weeks ago. You got Adam Trotman. I'm gonna tell you something, Q. The teams they can worry about Tampa Bay if they want. But you worry about the Saints you got to deal with because you got the run attack and everything that Kamara and Latavius Murray going to run down your freaking throat. And I can tell you one thing, it ain't going to be too hard for you, but it's going to be easy anywhere daily because I'm saying, bro, in that running game and that passing game that James could do, he could throw anywhere from open to open. He going to find receivers everywhere it is go. And then in the draft, you get Terrence Marshall. Oh, my gosh. Let me tell you something, Q. Terrence Marshall, if he falls to number 28 to pick, that we going to be in that late round, man, that's another weapon that James is going to be throwing to. With Michael Thomas, Traquan Smith. And you know the key ain't Sean Payne. Look, bro, Sean Payne ain't going to joke, bro. He ain't going to play around one bit. He's all serious about this. He's so excited about Jameis Winston. He glad that Jameis Winston came back to the New Orleans Saints. And he know that he feels so in his footstep, in his shoes, that Jameis Winston can do anything with this offense that he cannot do. Anything that he can't do, man, let me tell you, bro, this team is going to be global in 2021, bro. And I'm so excited. I'm already fired up about this, though. I'm already ready, pumped up for the season, though, Q. And I'm not playing around, bro. Our team is going to do what they're going to do and get this thing begin.
I think a lot of people feel like you there, Brother Byron. A lot of people are enthusiastic with the fact that the vertical game is back, which means that we get downfield a lot easier than what we have the last several seasons. I think the other part about it is getting the defense on point, filling the needs. We lost a lot of really good, high talented players in Malcolm Brown, Sheldon Rankins, guys like that we lost that were a major part of the Saints' top three, top four run stuffing attack. We'll have to be able to replace them, that kind of strength some kind of way, whether cheaply in free agency or through the draft. That's a major part of it. The interior, like I said, the defensive line, both interiorly speaking and edge-wise, we can need a little help there. Athleticism at the linebacker level wouldn't help. And, of course, secondary, I think we really need to kind of focus on doing something with our secondary. We still don't have a starting cornerback there. Hopefully we can pick up one in free agency. If not, then the Saints going to attack it in the draft. So we have some stuff to be I want to say more questions, in my opinion, on defense than offense. But, yes, I'm very excited about the Saints offense in this upcoming year.
And that's why I was going to mention about the defensive side. I think we need to still get another edge rusher, and because I know I'm looking for a Davenport. I hope Davenport step up, man, because he been not healthy ever since. I hope he could get himself back on track. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for, like I said, defense gonna be different though. It's not gonna be the same like it was these past 3-4 years ago. I know Rankins went to the Jets. Anzalone went to Detroit. Yeah, the defense going to be different, though. We still got Cam Jordan there. You still got Lattimore there. You still got Michael Jenkins. You still got Marcus Williams. You re-signed Peter Budgetty Williams. So I think, we got to look at – if we can't get one to free agency, though, Q, we need to definitely go to the draft. Because I said before on the show that we need to address positions, a corner, linebacker, and an edge rusher. And that's what we need to look at, though. You know what I'm saying? And I think that J.C. Horn, Asante Samuel, I like him and everything because his father played and everything. I look at him, though. So I think it's a good fit for that defense, but the secondary is more important, though, because we need to address that secondary, though. The secondary need to get this thing on point. And so I think we need to address the corner. The number 2 corner, like I said, another pass rusher, linebacker, a defensive line, probably another safety or something like that. Yeah, but the offense is straight though. You know what I'm saying? I was just looking at the defensive side. So we need to address that in the back end on the secondary and in the front seven.
Right. I agree, bro. I mean, that's a lot of good, really good calls right there. And yeah, we got some work to do. We still in the midst of free agency. We still got some moves and some work to do. Going through the draft and undrafted guys and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, no doubt about it. We still have some players to sign to kind of fix where we need to go, so we can kind of move this thing into the season, man, and get some stuff happening. So like I said, over the next what is it? Almost about a month, a little bit over a month.
Yeah, about to be in March. About to be out in March, to April next week.
Right.
So we got time. We still got time to do it though, Q. I think we're not trying to rush into it, but I'm saying that we still got free agency still going on right now. I know it's slowing down since it did start since a couple weeks ago on the 17th of this month. So I know we still got players out there we can still available that we can look at though. But like I said, if the Saints not gonna go in the free agency and see the sign guys they want, then they're gonna go right into the draft though. And I think that's what we probably focus on, going to the draft, because I think that the draft is deep right now because you still got a lot of. It's a deep class though, but it's a lot of positions you can look at though,
right?
More than the free agency though. So I think that if we don't do one like in the free agency though, they're gonna go to the draft. But I think that's what Sean Payton and Mickelson are looking at right now, going to the draft, because I think to me that the draft is so deeper. You know what I'm saying? Because they got a lot of talent and everything. So that's what I'm saying is, I'm not saying it's going to be like, okay, we go to the the free agency and go get 1-2 players out of that and then go draft. But I'm saying if they're just going to skip the free agency, they're just going to the draft, because that's what we want to do right now, and pound that draft. Because we draft so good though every year all along, you know what I'm saying? So we don't mess up in the draft. So we know how to pick players when we make a selection, but we know who's going to be the guy. It's going to be that guy when we pull that trigger and pick in that round by round.
Yep, absolutely. You said it, brother. You said, Brother Byron. That's well said, and that's what we're gonna have to do. Focus on it, bro. But as always, Brother Byron, I appreciate your commentary, my brother. I appreciate you stepping by, dropping that knowledge, man, and putting the family, dropping that game on the family, letting the family know what we need to focus in on, brother.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Q. Bro, and thank you for you, man. And I'm just honored, and to be a part of everyone, my Black and Gold family, and you and everything. That's how we always support each other and everything. That's how we cover our team. That's how we always give everything every time. And that's how we keep everything, news by news and updating everything and information. And that's how we get it, bro. So I'm so excited for the season. I'm ready for this draft and everything. And we're not out of the gate yet, but we got a lot of stuff to do, and we're just gonna keep on doing what we gotta do and push and get ready for 2021 season, though, bro.
There you go. Well said. All right, Brother Byron, thank you, brother, and appreciate you chiming in. Who that to you, my brother? You be having a safe one out there, cuz.
Yeah, you too, cuz, and thank you. Have a good night.
You too, bro. Okay.
All
right, that's Brother Byron, man. Much love to Brother Byron stopping by, dropping knowledge, man. The great Saint think tank in full effect, man. Appreciate that. As we jump to the mainstream. Ramsey, appreciate your super chat, fam. Ramsey said, hey, Q, what about running back from Kansas, Puka Williams? He's a big bruising back that can catch also. Yeah, Puka Williams out of Kansas. He's from New Orleans. I remember the kid. I think he ain't have such a great year this past season. I think he was hurt or something this past year. But last year, 2018 and 2019, he had over 1,000 yards rushing. He can not only run the ball, but he can also catch the ball out of the backfield. Very talented running back. It'd be interesting to see where Puka falls, man. But he's definitely the type of guy that the Saints would like, because he's a receiver running back type of dude that does a lot of positive stuff. So, well, with that being said, man, I think he's worth the guys from, first of all, the guys from North Carolina, both those guys are fantastic running backs. Both those North Carolina guys are terrific. ATN, I see you, Collinator. Collinator says Q is ATN. All right, I got you, Collinator. I got you, buddy. Thank you for that. All right, but Ramsey, thank you for that. Yeah, but Puka Williams is pretty good, man. I think they got a fourth day grade on him, or like a fourth or fifth round grade on Puka Williams. Very interesting weapon there at the running back position. Like him, I think he was hurt this year, or did he Did he only had like 51 carries this year, I want to say. It wasn't that much. I mean, he didn't do too much. I think he was hurt or something this year, but the previous years he was over 1,000 yards each year. Really good catching running back. He's a guy to watch out for too, old Puka Williams. So yeah, thank you for that. All right, Farouk Obasi, the rest of the family members. What's up, Sean and the rest of the family? Good to see y'all in the chat as well, man. And yeah. Oh, is he? Is Puka part Hawaiian? Is he Poly? Is he Polynesian? I don't think so, bro. I don't know. I just seen a picture of him. I don't know. You never can tell, you know. But listen, I'd like to thank all the family members for chiming in on this episode of the show. 3.5 hours of great commentary. I'd like to thank all the family members that chimed in and called. Y'all are terrific for another really good Friday show. I hope y'all guys enjoyed our Friday broadcast this time around. And as always, feel free, if you want to help out the platform and you enjoy what we do here, please feel free to take the links and share them in your social media and all, groups or Saints groups on Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, wherever, share the links. Feel free to share those links. Also, feel free to join the platform via patreon.com/the Pro Media Network. Links for those things are in the chat. You can also join the channel as a member. That also helps out as well. When you join as a Patreon, you get access to locked content. Well over 40 shows of the TSC Q&A live show that we do only on Tuesday. It's a little bit more personable. We're able to dig in, delve in. Really fun show. We have a great time doing that. Dada, thank you. Dada says Felton, UCLA isn't no joke either. I would like him. Yeah, Felton, I heard of Felton, yeah. Yeah, they got some really good running backs in this draft. I think ATN, as my man Collinator would say, is really one of my favorites. Not like Najee Harris. I like Williams from Williams as well. But like I said, I think we kind of used to seeing Alvin Kamara, and anytime I see myself saying maybe we can get a second Alvin Kamara, I get a little bit diabolical. But anyway, yeah, they got some good running backs in this draft that can really help the team out. So well said. Thank you for that, Dada. Also, I'd like to thank the family members as well. If you want to help out the show, you can look for those links in the description section below. The Pro Shop is also available. We got hundreds of dozens of products at the Pro Shop, coffee mugs, shirts, all kind of stuff. Y'all will be amazed how much stuff we got there at the Pro Shop. Hats, gaiters, masks, all kind of stuff. Check out the Pro Shop, and remember, all the purchases go to helping the platform. So with that being said, I'm going to tip out on that. Y'all have a fantastic weekend. Hit the notification bell. Hit the subscribe button. You never know, I might pop up this weekend if we got some stories to report. We pop in and talk to the family members as well. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all for being here. Much love to you guys, and I'll see you later. Who dat?
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome. Number one sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons, we won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies and the vets, players you should look at. It's the sports coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game, party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, who that nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is say Super Bowl. Yeah.